Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready? Fight!
It's time for Effingham Hearts football on your home for local sports, 97.9 XFM. Let's go to the sideline for the pregame show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Klosterman Field, the home of the Hearts. It is a football Friday night, and it's homecoming at Effingham High School as the Effingham Hearts play host to the Mattoon Green Wave. Let's send it down to the field announcer, Mr. Scott Mosier.
Tonight, the Hearts host the Green Wave from Mattoon High School. The Green Wave come into tonight's contest with a 1-3 Apollo record, 1-4 overall. Meanwhile, the Effingham Hearts are 3-0 in the Apollo, 5-0 overall. Colors this evening are being presented by Effingham's American Legion Post 120, along with the DAB Chapter 7. At this time, I'd like to ask you all to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
I'd say since the last time we had the Hearts at home, Marching Hearts were grand champions of the Newton Band Competition. Here's our national anthem. Anthem. In a moment, then we'll celebrate the Hearts Fight song. And good evening, everybody. I'm Greg Sapp, Dustin White alongside CJ Schmidt up top, taking care of all the video work. Brian Dust back at the studios. He'll be the one securing all of the scores from area games. So we have a crew that is stacked and ready to bring you all kinds of good information tonight. Hearts are 5-0, 3-0 in the Apollo, and they can lock down a playoff berth with a win tonight, Dustin.
They certainly can, and obviously you're excited to be in that position if you're Effingham, to have played so well throughout the early, or really the first half of the season now, and have yourself in this spot. But and really you look at Mattoon and you look at their record and you say we ought to be able to do it. But I think that we all know that you can't get too far ahead of yourself, that this is a Mattoon team that could certainly give you fits, and so it's going to be a fight out there tonight. I'm expecting a pretty good ball game.
Mattoon's played the Hearts well through the years, name the sport, so it'll be an interesting contest tonight. Their lone win was over Charleston in the big battle for Coles County that was played at O'Brien Stadium at Eastern Illinois University, and I'm talking to Greg Powers, the Mattoon broadcaster. He didn't know what would happen that night. You know, Charleston has won a couple of ball games, and so that was a nice win for the Green Wave.
Yeah, and Charleston gave Effingham fits last week. That was a game where I think everybody probably expected the Hearts to walk on to Trojan Hill and give them a beating. And it was anything but. The final score might not necessarily indicate that it was a close game, but we were there. Hopefully everybody that's listening now was listening then, and they know that that game was tied at halftime, and it was tied well into the third quarter before the Hearts finally broke the lid off of it. So if Mattoon was able to defeat Charleston, then you play that little game and you realize that they're certainly capable of giving the Hearts all they want tonight.
When we look at the starting lineup, we see that there is one person partially returning tonight, and that's good news for the Hearts in that Logan Brown will be back. He's going to be back on defense. early part of the season, of course, he was their leading ground gainer offensively. Back defensively, that's not quite as demanding maybe as far as cuts and things like that. That's, I'm sure, with the hope that he'll be ready to play at Taylorville next week.
And Chase Woomer had a career night against Charleston, ran the ball very well last week. That gives you a little bit more confidence to continue to roll with that situation. The interesting thing is that you keep Logan out of the backfield in this game because that's where he's more likely to experience problems with that ankle. Of course, the play that he rolled his ankle up on was actually a run after a catch on an interception, so it was a defensive play that he got hurt. But still, you play those percentages and you get him back out there on defense, and hey, you're a better team with him out there. The defense was really good against Charleston last week, but getting a starter back out there makes you even stronger.
With that said, let's take a break. We have a lot to talk about tonight. It is homecoming at Effingham High School. It's been a busy week full of activities already. We'll talk about some of that. The homecoming king and queen, by the way, will be crowned at halftime of tonight's game, so we will have that for you. And a special honor tonight already. So we have a lot to talk about. Back with more pregame information in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
Back at Klosterman Field getting ready for Mattoon at Effingham, the Hearts can assure themselves a spot in the football playoffs for a third consecutive season with a win tonight. Hearts would improve to 6-0 with a win. That would guarantee a playoff spot. They opened their season with a win at Breeze Mater Dei, the famous two-day win. They beat Lincoln here. They won at Jerseyville. That was a wild game, 32-28 if I remember right. Claimed a victory over Muhammad Seymour here and won at Charleston last week, so it's kind of been back and forth, and now next 2 weeks will be on the road. So the Hearts are 3-0 in the conference, and they are 5-0 overall. Mattoon's 1-4. They lost at Troy Triad 41-7, beat Charleston 27-14 in the game at Eastern. They dropped their last three, though, 35-14 at Muhammad Seymour, 50-7 at Mount Zion, and 34-13 last week to Taylorville, so they are 1-3 in the Apollo. Hearts are rated 8th in the state in Class 4A this week. Mount Zion sneaked ahead of Effingham this week. They are 7 in 4A, and Taylorville got a vote in 4A. So the next 2 weeks are going to be interesting, and Dustin, I think, and maybe this was part of the start last week, you just can't afford to look past your current opponent.
You can't, but by the same token, I think looking at those next 2 weeks at Taylorville, at Mount Zion, is the reason why you have to take this game so seriously. Because, yeah, you could be 6-0 now, but if you lose this game and then you have to go into those 2 games, you could go from 5-0 to 5-3 really quickly, because those are good football teams, and that's no knock on Effingham. It's not to say that I'm not confident in Effingham. It's just to say that their toughest tests of the season await, and so you got to take care of your business tonight to put yourself in the best position to play those games that will have a lot of bearing not only on the conference title, but also on what your playoff situation looks like once the regular season gets over with, and that's if you get in. You still haven't gotten in yet, but if you can get the win tonight, then you are in good shape, and you can go into those games knowing that you're basically playing for playoff position and for the conference championship, and you know, there's a lot on the line. But first things first, this Mattoon game, like you said, can't be overlooked. It just it's every bit as important because it's right here in front of them.
Hearts are 5-0. Taylorville's 5-0. Mount Zion is 5-0. So it's no place for the faint of heart this next couple of weeks, and that's, again, as Dustin's just mentioned, a reason why we just need to take care of business if you're the Hearts tonight. Besides all of that, tonight is Staff Appreciation Night. Just before the kids came out on the field, they had recognition of Unit 40 staff members. They've done this every year, I believe, that Coach Hefner's been here. And the students on the team adopt a Unit 40 staff member. And they bring all the staffers out. They get recognized. Everybody gets an opportunity to give them a big round of applause. It's a really nice thing. Similar to Military Appreciation Night that we had a couple of weeks ago. Similar to Senior Night that we'll have in 3 weeks. Similar to Homecoming tonight. There's something special every night, and it adds that extra layer of luster, I think.
Yeah, it makes every game an event. I mean, it's a short season. You only get so many home games anyway, so every home game and every chance to get to play in front of your home fans is an event anyway. But, yeah, when you attach a little something to it and sort of guarantee that these bleachers on this side of the field are going to be packed every night, that's players – would probably rather play for a full house than a half-empty set of bleachers. And so it's cool to come up with reasons to get people out here, and the community has responded well to it, and I think the players have responded well to it.
And, my friend, we finally have football weather.
It's only taken a month and a half of the football season. Like, I come to expect that first week it's going to be in the 80s or 90s. It's going to be hot. It's not going to be much fun. But I do not expect that when the calendar changes to October that it's still in the 90s. But thankfully, that was earlier this week. I wore a sweatshirt to the game tonight. I feel good about it. I feel like hopefully I'll be able to do that from here on out, and we'll get a little bit of that classic fall feel to the game.
Shaq brought the Spirit flag out. The rest of the teams at center court, center field, the 50-yard line, ready for tonight's action. Some of the people you'll be listening for will be Nathan Shackleford, the quarterback. Again, Jet Gillum will be at the fullback spot, Chase Woomer at the tailback spot. Tristan Duncan and Cam Calber, the wideouts. Jacob Briggerman's your tight end. Guys on the line, left tackle Nathan Barnes, Marcus Heights, the left guard, Stetson Green's the center, Justin Baker, the right guard, and Ethan Huss is back at right tackle. That's good news, too, because the line is secure as far as the starters in place. Long snappers, Luke Spencer. You don't miss a long snapper until you don't have him, and that proves how valuable he is. Dawson Witten's the punter. Bo Hefner and Yvonne Angel share the kicking duties. Parker Wolf has been back a couple of weeks as the holder for extra points and field goals or anything like that. Defense, it's Witten, Alex Bachman, Haven Prather, Austin Herbeth, and Jacob Stoneburner. 4 guys, 4 down linemen, and then Stoneburner, Mason Hasty as the linebackers. Parker Wolf and Gunnar Franklin, Logan Brown, Logan Art, and Jacob Logan are the defensive backs. Punt returns, Parker Wolf's purview. Keegan Baker's your kick returner, along with Chase Woomer, Holden Lewis, and Jacob Logan. Now, you'll also see Holden Lewis out receiving passes. A lot of weapons for this Hearts Ball Club, and that's been a real blessing this year. Jackson Spurgeon is the sophomore quarterback for Mattoon. 3 Spurgeon brothers on the Mattoon team, and they all play. So we're going to need first names for sure.
And, Mattoon has traditionally been a team that likes to put the ball in the air. They like to throw it. Now, with a sophomore quarterback, I don't know exactly what I'll expect or how they'll come at Effingham, but the Hearts defense has made things pretty tough on quarterbacks who want to throw the ball so far this season, both with the pressure on the line, but also with the fact that the DBs have been good in coverage. So we'll see how it goes.
Mattoon also has an injury that they've dealt with. Abraham Baker, call him Abe, got hurt same night as our Logan Brown got hurt. So we'll see whether or not he's back tonight or not. Coach Troy Johnson wasn't sure, according to Greg Powers. So we'll stay tuned. Our officials are from the Decatur area. And those fellows are, once I get my phone open, because we're getting ready for the kickoff, Greg.
Which Effingham is doing, by the way. The Hearts are going to be kicking to Mattoon. Mattoon will get the ball first.
Lou Sill, Jeff Stump, Rick Long, Travis Nelson, and Ken Holub from the Decatur area. There's the kick. Here's the return. And still on his feet and getting it out across the 25-yard line is the Green Wave player, and that's Caden Price, who will talk a lot about as a wideout for this Green Wave team.
Yeah, he took that kick basically at the 10-yard line, tried to kind of pick his way through, and a decent return almost to out across the 25, and that's where we're going to get started.
We'll crown the homecoming king and queen at halftime, so stay tuned for that as well. And again, congratulations, Coach Mack, on that honor. He was surprised. I think the surprise was complete. 26 is where we're going to start this game. 26-yard line just underway. Good to have you with us on a beautiful night for football. Homecoming here at Klosterman Field in Effingham. Beautiful sunset. And Jackson Spurgeon up under center on 1st and 10 for the Green Wave. In the shotgun. Looking to throw. Rolling to the near side. The Hearts have good pursuit, and they force him into a sack back inside the 20-yard line. Nice pursuit initially by Austin Herbeth, and he forced him into some other defenders, and he ends up back at the 21, a loss of 5, and it's 2nd and 15.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Spurgeon was putting the first pressure on him. A whole gang of red jerseys swallowed him up by the time it was all said and done, but Spurgeon didn't have a whole lot of time to react and then just tried futilely to escape.
So back to the 21. Again from the shotgun. They throw this time. It is caught, and a short gain. The grab over there by number 7 for the Green Wave, and that is Blake Sapp. So he had a great name.
Questionable.
And it's complete to the 26, I'm going to call it. So he gets the 5 yards back, so it's 3rd and 10. It may be the 26 and a half, but it's 3rd down. Still from the shotgun of Spurgeon. There's the snap. They hand it off this time. Ooh, and he got pounded. The handoff to Abraham Baker, so he is carrying, and Abe Honest got hit hard and, in fact, loses yardage back to the 20. Well, let's see where they spot it. 26, so we can call it no gain.
He may not want to take too many more carries after that one.
A host of tacklers, as we often say. So it's 4th and 10, and the Wave have to punt it away. So 3 and a punt, and you like that. There's the snap. It's low. Had to field it on the hop. He got the punt away, but it's really short. In fact, it may end up about midfield. That's where Mattoon tags it out just across the 50-yard line, and the Hearts are going to have good field position for their initial possession. So, set it down at the Effingham 49. This drive will start at 10:29 to go in the opening quarter.
Can't ask for much more than that. If you're the Hearts, a good defensive stand, a short punt, short field to work with on your first drive of the game. We'll see what they do with it.
He really needed to get rid of that because the Hearts were on him. It's probably good that he got as much as he got out of it. He'll shack up under center, throw out here onto the flats on the far side. It's caught. And a short gain. Tristan Duncan makes the catch, gets it into Mattoon territory to the 46, so a gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 5.
It's just a quick little screen pass to get a chunk of yardage on 1st down, and that opens up the playbook a little bit. 2nd and mid, you can run it here, you can pass it here, you got a lot of options.
Got guys split both ways. Hearts in the eye. There's the snap going to the deep back. That's Woomer, and he dives to the 45. Should have got a yard.
45-yard line.
Chase has been a busy lad, as Dustin said, 142 yards last week. Gain of 1 to the 45, so it's 3rd and 4. Just underway here at Klosterman Field. The Hearts already forced a 3 and out. Hearts go to Taylorville next Friday night. Of course, we'll have it for you. Shack up under center on 3rd and a long 4. There's the snap, looking to throw. Across the middle, caught. 1st down as it's grabbed inside the 40. Cam Calber with the catch for Effingham. And they will set it down at the 36-yard line, a gain of 9. And the new set of downs for the Hearts.
Just another quick little route there, and Calber that time making the catch, so a couple different receivers getting in on the action early on.
Holden Lewis checks in for the Hearts, and he split wide to the right. Duncan down here to the near side. There's the snap, handoff up the gut. Wow, nothing that time. And Chase Woomer got stood up, and maybe a loss. Maybe they're going to give him no gain.
ran into his own blocker, Justin Baker, at first, trying to find his way through there. And, yeah, looks like they're going to put it down on the original line of scrimmage there.
So 2nd and 10. No score. We're just underway. Homecoming at EHS. Hearts looking to lock up a playoff berth at 6-0 if they get a win tonight. Hearts a little more bunched offense this time. They bring Gillum out here to the near side, looking to throw across the middle, still dancing and grooving, and Shack still moving. Now he tucks it under and gets a nice gain inside the 30 before they finally bring him down. Good run after nothing was open as far as the secondary.
Shackleford stepped up in the pocket once, and I thought maybe he was just going to run for it up the middle. Then he dropped back, looked at the field again, and then ended up taking off down the far sideline and getting a pretty good little gain out of the deal.
Turned out to the 29. That's a gain of 7. So it's 3rd and long 2.
And you got 2 plays to do it in, obviously, this deep in Mattoon territory.
Shack ready on 3rd and a couple. Handoff, Woomer. Nice block this time. Looks like he had it. The initial surge close to the 25-yard line.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah, it is. I got an official here. Now they signal it. Just enough. Nose of the football, just shy of the 25, and that's just enough for a first down. So the Arnolds move the chains. Arnolds have been the chain gang for about 80 years now here at Effingham. Not the same Arnolds. To the 25, so a gain of 4, and it's 1st and 10. Shackleford ready. There's the snap, looking to throw. Pass out in the flats, caught again. Little quick opener, that's Duncan. And Tristan got 3 or 4.
Same play they ran on the first play of this possession, and got a little more yardage out of it this time as Duncan was able to shake off the first tackler. Actually, get the same amount of yardage out of it because I think that's a 5-yard gain, right?
Correct. From the 25 to the 20, and it's 2nd and 5. Hart's very methodical on this opening drive, unlike last week early in the game,
where they turned it over on the second offensive play.
There's the snap. There's the handoff. Woomer, ran into his own man again, but the man kept shoving, and that's good because he got it inside the 15.
Yeah, that time it was Jacob Briggerman, one of the Hearts tight ends, trying to open up some space for him, and Woomer was able to keep his feet moving, and we got the chains moving again as well.
To the 14, gain of 6, and it is a new set of downs for the Hearts. This drive started just across midfield. They're now inside the 15-yard line. And a good time-consuming drive, 7:10 to go in the opening quarter. Gillum shifts to the right side of the line. Faked the handoff, pass, it's caught out here, and Gillum in for the touchdown. Jet Gillum with the grab, and it's 6-0 Effingham. The score comes with exactly 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Gillum caught that one about midway between the line of scrimmage and the end zone, and just to the left of the line, he was able to put his shoulder down and run through the Mattoon DBs and get himself into the end zone and get the Hearts on the board first.
Yvonne Angel to try the extra point. There's the hold, the snap, the kicks up. Looks good to me. The officials agree, and it's 7-0 Effingham out of the gate. So a 3-and-out on defense. The Hearts come down and score. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. It's Effingham 7, Mattoon 0 on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Kickoff goes to about the 5. Mattoon returns it to about the 20. And then a swarm of Effingham tacklers take him down. Woomer and Gunnar Franklin helped on the stop for Effingham. So Woomer carrying the ball, playing special teams. Let's call it, Dustin, the 22-yard line. That's where Mattoon will start this drive with 6:52 remaining in the first quarter.
And that was Caden Price again taking the return. He's a tough player to miss for the Green Wave as he's got the neon pink socks out there.
We can turn the lights out and see him. Handoff up the middle, and not much, man. Nice work. I think it was Briggerman. Let me double check. Nope, Jake Stoneburner. 4-4 on the stop for the Hearts.
Ja'Kai Johnson, number 22, taking his first carry. And he got wrestled down to the ground pretty hard there.
From the 22 to maybe the 20, or maybe no gain. How about that? 2nd and 10. Still working from the shotgun. Mattoon the handoff, and boy, he got pasted back to the 15-yard line. They made the handoff, and I'm sure
he's slow getting up.
Yeah, he's not happy he got the handoff. They're going to put it back at the 20, so that's not quite as big a loss, but it is a loss of 2, and that makes it 3rd and 12.
It was Johnson again, and yeah, 4 Effingham players just swallowed him up before he could even get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the ball's on the 20, and it's 3rd and 12 for Mattoon. Jackson Spurgeon, their sophomore quarterback. Here come the Hearts again, and we have a flag. And it looks like Mattoon's going to pick up the penalty here. Although if I was the Hearts, I might think about declining it. But they'll move them back 5.
Yeah, it's a false start.
Washington Savings Bank.
So back to the 15-yard line. So 3rd and 17 now, back to the 15-yard line. So Mattoon's going in the wrong direction. Clock stops on that penalty with 5:44 remaining in the first quarter. Hearts already lead at 7-0. Spurgeon ready to throw from 3rd and deep. Here come the Hearts. There's the pass, and it is over everybody. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, about the only person who really had a chance at that was the Effingham safety back there, and that was even over the head of Jacob Logan back there. So Mattoon going to have to punt from deep in its own territory. And remember, the last one didn't have a whole lot on it.
So the Hearts got in there pretty quickly, and he had to get rid of it as quickly as he could. Hearts got the football at their own 49. Let's see what happens this time. And it looks like it's Caden Price that's going to punt. Back around his 5-yard line. Oh, they're looking. Now he gets it away. And it hits at about the 40, and it's going to stop there, and the Hearts are going to have sensational field position. Mattoon tags it out at their own 42-yard line.
Caden Price did not punt the first time, and I didn't catch the number on the guy who did, but this was a little different look as Price did the little rugby-style kick, got a running start, and not really much better results as Effingham's going to have a 42-yard field to deal with after a 27-yard punt.
Now, so the Hearts started on their own 49, their first possession. They're starting on Mattoon's 42 this drive, which starts with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. Shack gets the snap, looking to throw, going across the middle, deep, there's Duncan, touchdown Effingham. Pretty as you please. What a strike. Shack to Tristan Duncan, 42 yards, and it's 13-0. The score comes with 5:24 left in the first quarter. One man to beat. Tristan got behind him, and it was see you later from that point.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I like this.
6-second drives, those are nice and easy to keep track of.
Holy cow. Extra point. Hefner to kick this time. Puts it up. Is it good? It is. 14-0 Effingham. 5:24 to go, first quarter. Hearts are off to the races. Kickoff on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Well, Caden Price with way too good a kickoff return. Got it out to the 40-yard line. He took it about the 5. Ducked under a couple of defenders and took it up the middle of the field and has it out to the 40-yard line. So a nice return And that's where Mattoon will set it up here with 5:13 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, if nothing else, if Effingham's defense continues to do what it's done, then that'll improve the field condition or improve the field position somewhat for Mattoon. But other than that, not much is going their way.
How about a 6-second scoring drive, gang? One play, 42 yards. Touchdown pass from Nathan Shackleford to Tristan Duncan. That time, Bo Hefner's kick was good. It's 14-0 Hearts, and we still have 5:13 to go in the first quarter. This Hearts team has been so good this season at getting out to early leads. Pass play going to the far sideline. It's incomplete. The intended receiver over there was the Waves' number 3, Cam Knierim, but the ball was thrown out of bounds. Ended up over on the track.
Yeah, nobody was going to catch that one.
So it's 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 5:08 to go in the first quarter. Hearts looking to go 6-0, and you good football fans know 6 wins, you lock up a playoff berth. Imagine that. We're barely into October, and the Hearts could be in the playoffs already. That's pretty exciting. From the shotgun, Jackson Spurgeon, the sophomore quarterback, looking to throw, and it's complete, and immediately the receiver is tackled. Nice job out there as Dawson Witten came up to make the stop after the catch by Blake Sapp. The gains to the 43, gain of 3. And boy, I tell you, nice work by Witten. Wrapped him up as soon as he'd caught it. So a gain of 3 makes it 3rd and 7. Clock's at 4:42 to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 Hearts. Spurgeon from the shotgun. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Wow. That's a bit of a surprise on 3rd and long. And the Hearts snuff it out pretty quickly. In fact, the handoff is to Baker. And Dawson Witten again on the stop. Lost a yard back to the 41. Well, lost 2, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost it 2 back to the 41. So it is 4th down, and they're going to have to punt again, I would suppose. Caden Price is back in punt formation. There's the snap. He's running to the near side. Soccer style, end over end. It goes about 15 yards, lands outside the 35-yard line. Hearts are again going to have pretty good field position to start this next drive.
Yeah, and somehow being on your own 36 is going to be the worst field position that the Hearts have had on their 3 offensive possessions. And kind of tells you how this game is going so far for Effingham.
Yeah, the nice return by Mattoon couldn't be capitalized upon. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hearts at their own 36. This drive starts with 3:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Hearts on top 14-0. They send Kalber and Duncan wide to the right this time. That could be interesting. A shift. They've got Gillum shifting back to the fullback spot. They hand it off to Woomer. And a nice run to the far side. He turns it up and he dives inside the 45, dives outside the 45. Should have a 1st down. Going to depend on the spot. Nice work. They brought Gillum. He'd been along the line. They shifted him back to the fullback spot, and then he went over to the far side of the field and helped block for Woomer. And he just is shy of a 1st down, just across the Hearts' 45-yard line, so a gain of 9. And it's 2nd and really short.
Man. I mean, that's second. This is 2nd and about a half an inch as far as I can tell.
Really short. Hearts are bunched along the line. Let's see if Shack just takes it. There's the snap. Nope. Looking to throw on 2nd and short. Deep. There's Duncan again. And it is incomplete.
Man, I'll tell you, Shackleford put it where he needed to. And I think we need to give a shout-out to the coverage back there because that was pretty good one-on-one coverage for the Mattoon DB. I think that's Dalton Compton back there, number 14.
Shack did a good job of throwing it away from Compton. Compton did a nice job of knocking that ball away without committing pass interference. Pass interference, yeah, I'll get it out in a minute. So the incompletion stops clock with 2:54. Now it's 3rd and barely any distance at all. So they figured to add 2nd and short. Why not go for the whole enchilada? Now they run it. And they've got a 1st down and then some. Woomer may be gone. They take him down at the 15-yard line. Great run by Chase Woomer from the 45 to the 15. That's a 40-yard gallop for Chase Woomer. And the Hearts have it 1st and 10 at Mattoon's 15-yard line. Wow. That was a nice hole he got to drive through.
Well, and then he just basically out-sprinted several Mattoon DBs.
Fumble. They hit Woomer, and Mattoon's pointing their way on recovering this, and Mattoon did.
Yeah, he got popped in the backfield, just really jolted, and the ball just came flying out. So that's a turnover, and that's going to give Mattoon the ball back momentarily.
There's your agony and ecstasy, right, Dustin? He just ran for 40 yards, and then he coughs it up on the next play.
Yeah, he really took a shot there.
He did, absolutely. Loss of a yard on the play back to the 16. That's where Mattoon will set up shop. So 1st and 10 for the Wave at their 16. 2:31 left in the first quarter to start this drive. Hearts in front 14-0 here on homecoming night at Klosterman Field. Looking to throw. The pass is complete. He steps inside one defender. He didn't step inside the next one and gets hit a lick just out across the 20. As good pursuit by the Hearts as that ball was caught by Blake Sapp, and it is complete to the 23. So a gain of 7, and it's 2nd and 3.
Sapp has caught all 3 of their completions.
Spurgeon again from the gun, looking to throw far side. It is caught over there, and they have the first down. I believe that's their first down of the game.
It is.
And Sapp the catch, and it's out across the 30-yard line. And Mattoon first down.
So that's the only really successful play Mattoon's been able to run is passes to Blake Sapp. Their running game has been shut down. A number of guys have been thrown for losses, but they have hit him 4 times.
Gain of 9, Dustin to the 32. Here's a handoff this time, and not much. Maybe a yard or two. Abe Baker, the ball carrier, out to the 34. Let's see the spot here. 33. I wasn't convinced about the 34. So a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9.
It's the first positive yardage run the Mattoons had all night, and that was their 6th running attempt.
Wow, and we're about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. So at the 33, 2nd and 9 for Mattoon. Spurgeon, there's the snap, there's the handoff, and the Hearts had him almost before he got the ball. He's driven back to the 25, and Mason Hasty's in there, and Haven Prather's in. He's in the homecoming court, so he's feeling good. Ball ends up back at the 30, so a loss of 3. That'll make it 3rd and 8. 3rd and 12, pardon me. 3rd and 12. Work on my math skills. Back to the 30, so 3rd and 12 or so. Hearts lead at 14-0. Under a minute to go in a busy first quarter.
3rd and a bunch.
Yes, absolutely.
3rd and quite a few.
That I can confirm. Spurgeon on the run. The Hearts have him. No, he got the pass away just in time. Great pursuit as Spurgeon was not moving as quickly as Mason Hasty. So he had to get the ball gone. Now there's a flag back where Hasty was and where the quarterback was. And what's this about?
I mean, Hasty brought him down, but he was wrapping him up while he still had the football. Okay, grounding.
Intentional grounding? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, intentional grounding. So not only the incompletion, but intentional grounding, and that's loss of down. So back 5, that'll take it back to the, 15, back to the 13. So a 15-yard walk-off to the 13, plus intentional grounding's loss of down.
Well, so what actually ends up happening is it's like the pass never happened. It's like he ran it back to the it was a 5-yard penalty. And so they move it back. He was at the 18 when he threw it, so he was back 12 yards, and then 5 more takes it all the way back to the Mattoon 13-yard line.
Okay, so a loss of how much on the play, plus then the penalty?
He lost 12 on the play.
Okay. Very good, thank you. So the ball is at the 13, and again, it's loss of down, so it's 4th down. It's 4th and 30, and now Mattoon is going to have to punt back about their 5, and they decided we need to chat. So Troy Johnson calls time. Mattoon wants to talk it over. 36 seconds left, first quarter. Hearts lead at 14-0 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Hearts lead at 14-0, and Mattoon had so much going on in that just little flurry of time, and they're already down 14-0, and they're deep in their territory, and I don't blame Troy Johnson for calling a timeout here and making sure they get this right.
Yeah, that grounding penalty is a really tough break for Mattoon because they were going to be punting from fairly deep in their own territory anyway, and now you're going to have a punter setting up, probably inside his 5, right around his 5-yard line to try to kick it out of there. And the Hearts have brought some pressure. I would imagine this close to the goal line, they're probably going to be thinking again, if we can block one, we can get in the end zone. So, yeah, make sure your blocking scheme is all set up. Everybody's on the same page. Worth burning a timeout here if you're the Green Wave.
So the ball's at Mattoon's 13. So Caden Price was at about his 5 to punt when they called the timeout. So the Hearts could have real special field position here. There's the snap. Here come the Hearts. He gets it away. A line drive to the middle of the field. It only gets to about the 35-yard line. The Hearts are going to have sensational field position again. 36. So from the 13 to the 36, a 23-yard punt. That's where the Hearts will set it up at Mattoon's 36-yard line with 28 seconds left in the first quarter.
That punt never got more than about, 8 feet off the ground, if that?
Line drive. He's really doing what he can.
Yeah.
You can tell he's a good athlete. They've got him on the run. He was able to get that thing away. So, 1st and 10 for Effingham at Mattoon's 36. Looking to throw, caught out in the flats. Cam Calber, okay. And it is complete to the 31, I believe. Went out of bounds there, so the Hearts are going to get one more play off this quarter. So the completion to the 31. Gain of 5, so it's 2nd and 5. Again, he went out of bounds. 21.7 seconds left in the first quarter.
Nate Shackleford, 6 of 7 for 80 yards and a couple touchdowns already, getting off to a much better start than he did last week up in Trojan Hill.
Up under center on 2nd and 5. Got a man in motion coming to the near side. That's Holden Lewis. Fake the throw. Now he's going deep. There's Lewis, and he overthrew him. Well, incomplete.
The fake worked, okay? Yeah. The Mattoon defense bid on it big time, but unfortunately the throw was just way too far downfield for Lewis to be able to go get.
Holden was on the far side of the field, had to come across, then cut down, so he ran a long way, and ball just a little bit overthrown. So clock stops with 16 seconds left, and now it's 3rd and 5. Hearts want to be sure they get something out of this.
That was a very emphatic fake, too, from Shackleford. Really trying to sell that one, and it worked out pretty well.
Let's see what happens here. Shack back to the shotgun here. Handoff, going to the near side. Big gain. That's Woomer. Look at him go. He's inside the 10 before Mattoon shoved him out of bounds. 1st and goal for the Hearts. Well, that worked pretty well.
Well, it was pretty tough sledding for Chase early on in this game, but he broke open a 40-yarder on the last possession. This time he's got another double-digit run that's going to get him up around 80 yards for the night.
Speaking of 8s, ball's on the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for Effingham at the 8. Gain of 20, how much?
23.
Thank you. So 1st and goal at the 8, 9 seconds left. This first quarter's lasted lots longer than I thought it would. Shack up under center, deep back. Woomer gets the handoff. Look at him. Go up the middle. Touchdown, Effingham. 8-yard touchdown run. Chase Woomer makes it 20-0 here in the first quarter. 5.4 seconds left in the opening quarter, and the Hearts put their 3rd touchdown of the night on the board. An 8-yard run by Chase Woomer. This time Angel in to kick, but Mattoon has an injured player. So that will cause a stoppage of play here with 5.4 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Hearts players will come over here. They've got him up. That's the best news ever in a situation like that when you see a kid go down, is that they're popped up. Problem is he's being helped off the field. He's only putting weight on one foot, so we'll hope he gets better and gets back in the action later tonight. So he is replaced, and now the Hearts set up for the extra point. Trying again, it's Angel to kick this time from Wolves Hold. Take their time. Spencer the snap. There's the placement. The kick's up. Looks good to me. The officials agree, and the Hearts lead at 21-0. Still in the first quarter. Back with a kickoff in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Kickoff goes to the 10. The young man had trouble getting it, then dropped it again, and by the time he returned it, the return is just outside the 15. Jake Stoneburner on the tackle, just for the record, and that ends the first quarter. So it'll be Mattoon ball about the 17 or so. We'll get the spot here in a minute. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll sort it out after one here. Homecoming night at Klosterman Field. It's Effingham 21, Mattoon nothing on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
All righty, we shift field. Mattoon will get it. 1st and 10 at their 15-yard line. By the way, they're giving a shout-out to the Hearts girls golf team. They won the Apollo Conference Tournament this week, so congratulations to Jerry Trigg and the girls on a job well done. Hearts lead at 21-0 here as we start the second quarter. Here's a handoff and a decent run, and he's still on his feet, and finally down he goes. As it was a lot of work for not a lot of yards. Maybe he gained, what, the 19? Gain of 4.
Ja'Kai Johnson bouncing off a couple of would-be tacklers, but just could never find that room to run upfield. Still, a 4-yard run is the most productive running play that Mattoon's been able to muster this entire half.
2nd and 6. That's the first play of the second quarter. Effingham in front 21-0 here on homecoming night at Klosterman Field. Spurgeon from the shotgun throws across the middle off the hands of the intended receiver. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 11:18 to go second quarter. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
Led Sapp a little bit too far. He was lined up on the left side of the line, kind of slanting in back toward the middle of the field, but he was not to the spot where the ball went because the throw led him a little bit too far.
So the ball still at the 19-yard line. Another opportunity for the Hearts to get great field position if they can hold here. There's the snap, looking to throw far side. The ball is caught, and there's a first down, and maybe then a whole lot more. Great run after the catch and a super tackle. But Mattoon has the ball inside the Hearts' 35-yard line. And Mason Hasty, as a speed burner, got there and dove full length and was able to tackle the receiver. But a great gain for Mattoon.
Yeah, Gunnar Franklin in coverage tried to pick that one off, but whenever he wasn't able to make the catch himself, then there was nobody between Price and the end zone. Luckily, as you said, Hasty able to chase him down.
43-yard gain it would be to the 34 of Effingham. Certainly Mattoon's most productive offensive play. There's a handoff, and that's to Baker, and he got stuffed. might have got a yard. And Mattoon, nope, Effingham calls time. Hearts call time. Coach Hefner says, wait a minute. Why is this happening? Why are they moving down the field on us? So the Hearts call time. 10:39 to go in the second quarter. Hearts lead at 21-0 here at EHS on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Quick timeout by the Hearts. Mattoon had broken the huddle fairly quickly, and we don't want to miss any action. Mattoon with the ball at the Hearts 33, and Dustin, that one big play has changed the complexion of things here.
Yeah, it's given Mattoon the ball in Effingham's territory for the first time tonight. So the Hearts defense, just I think maybe getting a breather as much as anything after having to run halfway down the field to break up that long run after catch from Caleb Price. And so here we are, see if they can regroup a little bit.
Got a yard on that last play, so it's 2nd and 9. Just a 1-yard gain there a moment ago by Abe Baker. They have the ball at the Hearts 33. Here's a pass play, got a man there, and it is picked or incomplete. Do the Hearts have it?
I think that's Parker Wolf with the interception.
Hearts got the pick. Parker.
Nope. Now another official stepped in and made the incomplete call.
Well, see,
Well, you saw one official waving his hands, which is to show where the ball is down at.
Right.
At any rate.
So it's incomplete.
We were not the only ones. It was announced on the field that was picked off, and then another official stepped in and said, no, not so fast.
Must have had a better look at it. So it's 3rd and 9. Again, Mattoon with the ball at the Hearts 33. There's a low snap. Here come the Hearts. Down he goes back at the 40. In fact, he doesn't ever go down. They had him, and so they blew the whistle because otherwise it might not have been pretty.
Yeah, it was Logan Brown trying to wrestle him down.
I'll bet he is so glad to be out on the field doing something after 2 or 3 weeks of being inactive because of that ankle injury. Hopefully he'll be able to play offense next week.
He looked like he's moving okay there.
Yeah, absolutely. Loss of a yard. Loss of more than that, back to the 39.
Yeah,
loss of 6. Loss of 6, so it's 4th and 15. They're going to punt, they say, and they do. Going to try and pin the Hearts deep. The ball hits, about the 5, 10? Just inside the 10.
Mark it at about the 10, and that's the best reversal of field that Mattoon's been able to manage all night in the punt game.
So the Hearts are pinned deep. And the Hearts have had wonderful field position all night, as Dustin's pointing out. So let's call it the 13-yard line. That's where the Hearts will get it. 1st and 10 here with 9:46 left in the second quarter. Hearts in front 21-0 here. It's homecoming. We'll be crowning the homecoming king and queen at halftime. Shack up under center on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man. It's Duncan. He makes the catch into Mattoon territory.
Boy, Duncan,
he had to stop, didn't he?
Yeah, Tristan had his man beat by a mile, and he had to come back probably 3 yards for that one and still managed to collect it in. If Nate was able to put a little more on it and hit him in stride, there's no chance that anybody catches him, and it's an 87-yard touchdown. Instead, just a pedestrian 40-yard gain.
From the 13 to their 47, 37 yards, about 40. Yeah, 40 right on the schnoz there. To the Mattoon 47-yard line. Handoff this time. Woomer, big run up the middle. He's to the 25. Back-to-back first downs by the Hearts, so they laugh at that 13-yard line to start the drive. Call it the 25, so from the 47 to the 25, a 22-yard gallop for Mr. Woomer.
He's got 112 on 10 carries. That's okay.
Yeah, after 142 last week. So for the kid who's picked up the slack since Logan Brown got hurt, Chase Woomer is showing himself proud here. 1st and 10 at Mattoon's 25. Fakes the handoff. Woomer up there to block. Shack the pass. Caught. Grab is to about the 10-yard line. Jake Briggerman makes the catch. From the 25, another first down. That's first downs on 3 consecutive plays. At the 12, from the 25 to the 12, a gain of 13 yards. And another new set of downs for the Hearts. And they're on the march again, already leading 21-0.
Briggerman juggling that one a little bit as he caught it, but he was able to bring it in.
Shack up under center. There's the snap, looking to throw again. Goes to this near side and overthrew his intended receiver, incomplete. Calber was over here on the near side. Duncan was a little deeper. He was in the end zone, and he overthrew Calber, incomplete. Stops clock with 8:24 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that ball kind of landed in the void between Calber and Duncan, but no Mattoon defender particularly close to it either, so Effingham will go back to the drawing board, see what they can come up with here from the 12-yard line.
8:24 to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 at the 12. Looking. Here's the handoff. Woomer up the middle. He's loose. He is diving toward the end zone. Touchdown, Effingham. Chase Woomer takes it to the house. 12-yard touchdown run. It's 27-0 Effingham.
Second touchdown of the night for Chase Woomer, and he's up to 124 yards on 11 carries. The Hearts they're rolling.
Cooking tonight. 12-yard touchdown run for Woomer, his 2nd consecutive score. And the Hearts will kick for one here. From Wolfshold. Spencer's snap, good placement. Kicked by Hefner up and good. Hearts are 4 for 4 on extra points tonight. It's 28-0 Effingham. 8:16 to go, second quarter. Back with a kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
It's 28-0 Effingham. Mattoon has trouble picking up the football on the kickoff, and as a result, Blake Sapp just fell on it.
Yeah, about 3 different guys in white jerseys were like, who's going to take it, who's going to take it? And they're finally like, maybe we ought to just lay on this thing.
And they do. And they're inside their own 20, so they have a long way to navigate. It's 28-0 Effingham. It'll be on the 18, Dustin, is where Mattoon will set up shop here with 8:14 to go in the second quarter. That hard-scoring drive, they started at the 13 that time. 5 plays, 87 yards later. Woomer, the 12-yard touchdown run. Hefner's kick was good, 1:30 on the drive, and Effingham's up 28-0, still with 8:14 to go in the second quarter. Wow. Looking to go to 6-0 on this season. Here's the handoff. Baker looking for room, none to be had.
No.
He's down at the 15. Yikes. There's coming to call, Jake Stoneburner. And Alex Bachman got in there too. His family's always right down there in front of us.
This Effingham defense at this point, if they're letting him get back to the line of scrimmage, they have to feel like they've done something wrong, because that's just how dominant they have been all evening.
So a 3-yard loss back to the 15. 16, all right, we'll call it 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, there's the pass, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Caden Price, and it just about was picked, but fell incomplete.
Yeah, hit something and kind of popped in the air for a second. That's always a quarterback's worst nightmare, is to see the ball carry him up into the air, but it fell down to the turf. Still, 3rd and 12, deep in your own territory for Mattoon. You feel like you've heard this song a time or two.
It has been a familiar theme in this game.
And it's not a song you like either. It's not even a good one.
It's one of those earbug things you want to get out of your head. On the run, Caden Price throws it somewhere near his coach. Out of bounds, and it's 4th down.
Reminds me of a time that a local radio station kicked off by playing the Macarena for 3 straight days.
I'm glad that wasn't us.
And we listened to it for some reason.
All right, it's 4th and 12. Mattoon with the ball on their 16. Caden Price says, hey, how about giving me a little space to get these punts away?
He's going to punt for the 5th time, and this is Mattoon's 6th punt overall.
He's back inside the 10 again, running to the near side. Now he's going to just run because he had nowhere. Now he throws it, and it's incomplete, and the Hearts are going to get the ball in fabulous field position.
Well, that's not how they drew it up.
Pass was incomplete because Price was running for his life. He tried to get it out of there. Pass is incomplete, and the ball goes over to the Hearts on downs, and the Hearts have it 1st and 10 at Mattoon's 16-yard line. Yikes. 7:25 remaining in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at Mattoon's 16 to start this drive. Just one of those years for Mattoon. They've had some quality football teams, and you know these years come along, and they're struggling along at 1-4, and the Hearts have business to take care of. They're wanting to get playoff eligible. And one thing I think that we don't talk about much, Hearts made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs last year, but they were not the conference champions. Taylorville won the conference, and I think the Hearts don't forget that. Here's a handoff to Woomer, and he ran into heavy traffic and is down at about the 15, maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Yeah, they didn't win the conference, and I don't think that set really well with the Hearts.
Well, and as a coach and as a team, you're always finding different things to motivate yourself. You know, it's just like some of those better Bears teams under Lovie Smith. Even when they were clearly a favorite most weeks, it's always, we're the underdogs. No, everybody underestimated us. You have to find ways to get yourself worked up.
2nd and 9 at the 15. Shack keeps. It goes around left to center. He's got a good run going. He's near the 5-yard line before they take him down. Nice run by Shack. I'm not even sure that's what was supposed to happen, but it worked really well. He's near the 5, and are they going to measure? Nope.
No, I think
3rd and barely. You know where it was that last time we thought there was hardly any room? I think we have that again, Dustin. Call it the 7. So he got 8, and he already had 1. I don't know. It's less than a yard, let me tell you. Deep man, that's Woomer, drives it up the middle. He has the first down. Got it inside the 5.
As long as he got it to the line of scrimmage, he was basically going to get the first down there.
Right at the 5, 1st and goal for Effingham. Gain of 2, we'll say, to the 5. So the football's just barely across the 5-yard line. See what the Hearts call here on 1st and goal to go. Shack up under center, handoff, that's Woomer. The deep back, he's got a big gain, and he's in. Touchdown, Effingham. 34-0 Hearts, and we're not to halftime. 5-yard run. Chase Woomer, they've got 4 on the board. Are we going to strive for consistency here?
I already wrote 5 down.
Good, it's 5. It is written, as somebody said once upon a time. Wolf to hold on the extra point try. Our kickers are going to have tired legs. That one is up. It looks good to me. It is good again. The Hearts are 5 for 5 as Angel sends that one home. So come on, Yvonne. And it's 35-0 Effingham. 6:03 left in the second quarter. Back with the kickoff and 30 on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
All right. 4 plays, 16 yards, highlighted by Chase Woomer's 5-yard run. Took 1:22 to complete that drive. Kick by Angels good, and the Hearts are up 35-0 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Kickoff taken outside the 10 this time. Caden Price, the return man, brings it up the middle. He's out across the 30-yard line. So a decent return that time by the Green Waves. Again, took it about the 11 or 10 or so, and just across the 30, about a 20-yard kickoff return. Luke Spencer, old number 22 on the stop for the Hearts. 1st and 10, Wave. at the 31. 35-0 Effingham. Hearts looking to go to 6-0 on the season with a win here tonight. And one of the stars of the Powder Puff game the other night, my niece Madison, is up here, so I'm at. Congratulations. She had a couple of big tackles in that game. Here's a snap, and the quarterback's going to run it. Gets it out across the 30. Spurgeon just kept that time from the shotgun. And a gain.
I don't know if they're going to give him maybe a yard.
32. Got one. So it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 at the 32. 5.5 to go before the break. Again, we're going to crown the homecoming king and queen at halftime, so stick around for that too. And Dustin stats and Brian scores, and I'll recap the scoring, and there's been plenty of it. Spurgeon from the shotgun. Or is that Spurgeon?
It is.
Couldn't tell it. From that angle, the numbers looked different. There's the snap, looking to throw, and the Hearts have him on the run again, and the pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
He just didn't have any time to do anything. I mean, as soon as the ball snapped, there's Hearts in the backfield, and quarterbacks just can't operate that way. You know, you got to be able to at least make a read before you just have to throw, or else get your clock cleaned.
Austin Herbeth, I think, was among them that got in there in a hurry. So 3rd and 9, incomplete pass stops the clock with 5:05 left in the half. 3rd and 9, there's the handoff. Here comes Witten. Quarterback's on the run, just did get it gone, tries to catch it, can't, and it's 4th down. Boy, Dawson Witten was on him like a man on a mission.
And they did a little play fake there, and not a single heartbeat on the thing. And so, again, Spurgeon running for his life toward the sideline, just has to get rid of it, and, you know, no receiver able to get their hands on it, and it's another 3 and out. And old poor Caleb Price is back out there again.
Caden Price is going to have to soak his leg after the game tonight.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of kick returns. He's had to return a bunch of kicks because Effingham keeps scoring touchdowns, and he's had to punt a bunch.
And the punt this time, a legit punt, and a nice punt. It hits at the 33 and then took a divot like a wedge shot I wish I'd ever hit. And it came back about 3 yards to the 36. So the Hearts are going to take it at their own 36 to start this drive. It'll start with 4:52 left in the second quarter. Hearts lead it 35-0. Friends, that's 5 touchdowns already, and we're still in the first half. They got 4 of them in the first quarter. They have scored once here in this period. And again, 1st and 10 for Effingham at their 36, and the drive starts with 4:52 to go in the second quarter. Next week we go to Taylorville. Each team 5-0 going into this one tonight. Handoff up the gut, a bit of a gain, a couple of yards.
Handoff up the middle.
I can pretty much guarantee that game at Taylorville next week is not going to be like this.
No, gosh no.
So have fun, folks, while it lasts.
Gain of 2 to the 38. Hearts throw, caught out here, Holden Lewis, nice grab, got the first down near midfield.
Effingham ran a little no huddle, and I think it's more than anything just to get a little work in on it.
38 to the 48, a gain of 10, and a new set of downs for the Hearts. Holden Lewis with the grab. Ooh, tough snap there, but Shack picks it up. Now he's dancing for his life. He gets loose, faked the throw, and he got yardage near Mattoon's 40-yard line. Busted play, and it was a heck of an effort. Shack, the snap got loose and bounced toward Shack. He picked it up, looked downfield, and froze the defense with a fake, and it's a gain to the 40. So he gained 12 yards on a busted play, and the Hearts have a new set of downs. Woomer this time, and nothing. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10, still at Mattoon's 40-yard line. Hearts have hurried up the offense. Cam Calber out here to the near side. Lewis in the slot, one deep back. Here's the pass, caught and dropped. Gosh, Calber had it and got away. He'd have been off to Easy Street if he'd have been able to tuck that in.
Yeah, from the right side of the line, coming back over the middle. That one hit him in stride, and he would have been able to turn it upfield with nobody between him and the goal line. But off of the hands, and now we'll slow things down a little bit as the clock stops.
Cam stays in. Gillum steps out. And let's see what the Hearts run here. 3rd and 10 now at Mattoon's 40-yard line. Shack back to the gun. One man lined up beside him. Good snap. Taking his time, steps up, down he goes. Wow, Mattoon tackles him outside the 45-yard line. So good pursuit that time by the Wave. Dakota Spencer on the stop for Mattoon back to the 45, a loss of 5, Dustin. And that'll bring up a 4th and 15. The Hearts, of course, will go for it with a 35-point lead. 3.5 to go before halftime.
They're going to
punt. Okay. Of course, that's what I get for saying of course. Of course, I'm wrong.
Well, and just like you're running that no huddle when you obviously don't need to, you're just getting a little work in on that because you might need to later on in the season. And I think getting Dawson Witten a chance to kick tonight is probably not the worst idea in the world either.
Exactly. Witten the punt. He got a foot on it. Mattoon gets away from it. That's to the Hearts' advantage. This ball ends up inside the 10. Holy cow. Mattoon's going to have massive yardage to cover. So the punt, nice effort by Witten. 1st and 10 for Mattoon at their, although they're pretty happy because they held on defense. Forced the punt. There they sit it down. Mount Zion's leading Taylorville 17-7 in the battle of unbeatens up the road. 2:53 left in the half here. Mattoon gets it at their 7. They finally set it down. So 1st and 10 for Mattoon at their 7-yard line. Hearts in front, 35-0 here. Again, Taylorville trailing Mount Zion. The Hearts go to Taylorville next week. All 3 of those teams, Taylorville, Mount Zion, and the Hearts, 5-0 going into this game tonight. Timeout called by Mattoon. They're really deep in their territory, so they want to chat. 2:53 to go in the second. 35-0 Effingham here at Klosterman Field on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
There's the snap. Baker carries for Mattoon for no gain. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 7. 7-yard line, Mattoon's own 7-yard line. And clock's down to 2:20 to go before the half.
Yeah, good punt from Dawson Witten. Pushes Mattoon way back, and they're in uncomfortable territory here.
From the shotgun, there's the handoff going to the far side of the field and maybe to the 10. It is tough slogging tonight.
Yeah, Baker trying to go around the right tackle that time, and again, didn't have anything, and Effingham going to call a timeout.
Ball is again at about the 10, so a gain of 3 to the 10. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8. And the Hearts call time. Each team has a timeout left in the half, so let's take a 30-second break, Brian. 35, well, let's keep it here. Hearts have already broke the huddle, and they called the timeout. 2:05 to go, second quarter. 35-0 Effingham. Hearts scored 4 touchdowns in the first quarter and 1 in the second period here. So they're talking it over here. Mattoon's taking all of Effingham's timeout to chat. Next week we're at Taylorville, then the next week we're at Mount Zion. Both those teams 5-0, but they're playing each other tonight. And again, Mount Zion has the lead 17-7 at last report. So it's 3rd and 8. Mattoon scoreboard calls it the 9. Spurgeon from the shotgun. There's the snap, looking to throw, and the Hearts take him down. That's Austin Herbert.
That's a safety, I think.
Tackled behind the line. Just shy of the goal line.
Well,
just shy of the goal line.
I really thought that he was in there, but Herbert again blindsided him. He had no chance.
timeout, Effingham, because it's 4th down and the ball's at the 1. So a loss of 8 from the 9 to the 8, or 9 to the 1, a loss of 8 on that play. Boy, Smith never had it, or Spurgeon never had a chance.
He never did, and so Effingham uses that final timeout because there's still 1:54 on the clock. And again, you're playing this situation not because it's actually a tense situation, but just because you want to get a little work in. You know, it's one thing to practice it against each other on a Wednesday afternoon. It's another thing to do it on Friday night under the lights. And so they're going to see what they can do about running a 2-minute drill after one would think after they receive a punt here.
All of this is different because it's so much colder, too. You've played in hot weather the whole season, and all of a sudden it's 50 degrees.
I'll bet they're loving it, though, because they're not you're not sweating so much out there. You're not coming back to the sideline feeling like you got to drain a whole bottle of water. But by the same token, it is a little something different to get used to. It's just it's not what we've had for the first month and a half.
4th and 1, or 4th and a lot. Mattoon's back on their 1-yard line here, and it's 4th down. And now Caden Price is just about at Roy Schmidt Honda to punt this.
He's going to change a couple bulbs on the play clock back there before he punts.
Oh, goodness, that kid's worked hard tonight. And it's not even halftime. Here's the snap. He gets the punt away, and it's straight up the chute. The Hearts are going to get great field position. Get away from the ball. Now it comes back Effingham's way. It's about the 20-yard line. Holy cow.
Punt is down near the 20-yard line. That's where the Hearts
So Price got it high.
Deep in Greenway territory.
And it is right on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hearts at Mattoon's 20.
19-yard punt.
Minute 44 left, so the Hearts have some time to get some business taken care of here. Already leading 35-0, knocking on the door of halftime. Again, homecoming king and queen to be crowned here at intermission. We'll hear from the band. We'll have Dustin Stats and Brian Scores, and I'll think of something to do too.
I think that coronation's about the only suspense we got left here, Greg.
Shack from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, takes it up the middle. Nice fake by Woomer, but I didn't bite this time. I stayed with Shack, and he gets it to the 11. So from the 20 to the 11, a gain of 9, and it's 2nd and 1. Minute 25 to go. Back to throw. Going to the end zone. Incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd down. Hearts got that one gone in a hurry. Holden Lewis was down there in the corner of the end zone, couldn't get there. And that stops the clock with a minute 21 to go, and now it's 3rd and, well, they said 8 on that first play. So ball's at the 12, and it's 3rd and 2. Lewis off the field. Kalber out here to the near side.
Parker Wolf out there.
Aha.
Lined up wide next to Tristan Duncan.
There's the snap. Shack's got it. Get the first down first, and down he goes, and I don't think he did.
Yeah, tried to put a little move on Cam Knierim there, and it didn't work.
So it's 4th down. Ball is at the 11. Obviously, the Hearts are going to go for it. I said that earlier, though, didn't I?
I mean, they're certainly not punting it here. I can tell you that much.
No.
At the 11-yard line.
All right. First down, everybody gets in the middle and pushes really hard, and the Hearts get the first down.
First down, Effingham.
As Shack just kept to the 8. Gain of 3, Dustin. Let's say to the 8. 1st and goal. Hearts looking to throw. Shack on the run. There's the pass. It is incomplete. Threw behind the receiver.
Yeah, just a little bit behind. And I'm looking to see who it was. Got a hand on it. Is that Kalber over there?
Probably. He was on this side of the field, but he won't turn around.
I don't think. No, that's Parker Wolf.
Parker Wolf.
Stopping the clock with 39 seconds.
So the incompletion stops clock with 39 seconds left in the half, and it's 2nd and goal at the 8. And let's see what the Hearts pull out of the bag of tricks this time. You've got both Duncan and Kalber. No, it's not Kalber. It's Lewis out here on the near side. There's the pass, and it is caught. What a grab by Holden Lewis. Over the shoulder pass, caught for the touchdown. 8-yard score, And the Hearts now lead it 41-0, and hello, continuous clock in the second half. So 41-0, and they'll kick for one. They're 5 for 5 so far tonight. This time it is Hefner's turn to kick from Wolf's Hold. Spencer the snapper. Good snap, good placement, kicks up, looks good to me. Officials agree. The Hearts are 6 for 6 on extra points. Bo Hefner put that one through. Now he's got to get ready for the coronation. 34 seconds left in the half, and the Hearts already lead it 42-0 here. 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Chase Wimmer doesn't have enough to do. He's in on the tackle there with Jacob Stoneburner as the ever-present Caden Price returned that kickoff. And it's placed at the 24-yard line. That's where Mattoon will set it up here with 29 seconds left in the half. Hearts in front 42-0 now. So it'll be continuous clock for the second half. Because once you're up by 40 or more, the clock keeps running. And down goes Mattoon, and the ball's loose, and the Hearts may have it back, and they do. Bachman's got it. Alex Bachman's got it. No, is it 50 or 58?
56, Haven Prather.
It's Haven Prather with the recovery of the fumble. All right, so Prather comes up with it, and the Hearts have it right back on one play. Mattoon turns it over, and they have it at Mattoon's 18-yard line. 18-19, trying to agree with the scoreboard. 19, 18. It's their end of the field, so I'm going with them. 18-yard line, all right. 24 seconds left. The Hearts don't have any timeouts. I doubt they'd call one with 42-0 lead. Hearts run Keegan Baker out there in the backfield instead of Woomer, giving Woomer a break. He just made the tackle a moment ago. Baker up the middle, and the sophomore's got it to the 15. So a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. And that might have been the last play of the half. So Keegan has positive yardage at halftime. That'll do it for the half. What a half. At the break here on homecoming night, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. We'll find out who the king and queen are. Hear the band, hear the stats, hear the scoring, hear the scores. Busy halftime. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Back at Klosterman Field at halftime, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. Dustin's working on some really interesting first half stats. Meanwhile, the Marching Hearts Red Regiment takes the field. And 2 weeks, gang, 2 weeks from tomorrow is the Marching Hearts Invitational. And a shout out to the gang from Effingham as they went down to the Newton Marching Classic last week and won Grand Champion. So congratulations to Trent Mason, who is a Newton graduate. I'm sure he loved going down there and winning Grand Champion. And congratulations to the Marching Hearts Red Regiment. So we'll hear a little bit of their performance while we're in the middle here of the stats. At the break again, 42-0 Effingham as the Hearts poised to go to 6-0 on the season. Here's a look at the scoring on that first half. Hearts scored with 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter at the end of a 9-play, 51-yard drive. Took 3:29 off the clock, highlighted by the pass play from Shackleford to Jet Gillum. The kick was good, and the Hearts had a 7-0 lead. That's after Mattoon had gone 3 and out on their first possession. Hearts then scored with 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Got it at Mattoon's 42 and quickly added to their lead as Shackleford completed a 42-yard pass play to Tristan Duncan. The kick was good and the Hearts added up 14-0. With 5 seconds left in the first quarter. That's what I did wrong. I thought they had more than that. There were 3 touchdowns in each quarter. With 5 seconds left in the first quarter, the Hearts got the ball at Mattoon's 36, and an ensuing 4-play 36-yard drive that took just 23 seconds. Chase Woomer took it in from the 8. Kick was good, and the Hearts were up 21-0. They scored again with 8:16 to go in the second quarter. At the end of a 5-play 87-yard drive, took a minute 30 off the clock. Chase Woomer took it in from 12 yards out. The kick was good, and it was 28-0. Hearts scored a little more than 2 minutes after that. 6:03 left in the second quarter. Got the ball at Mattoon 16. 4 plays later in a minute 22, Chase Woomer took it in from 5 yards out. The kick was good, and it was 35-0. And then the Hearts scored with 42 seconds left in the first half. Got the ball at Mattoon's 20. 6-play, 20-yard drive took a minute 10, and that was Holden Lewis. Got a pretty 8-yard pass, nice catch in the corner of the end zone. Holden Lewis with the catch from Shaq. Kick was good, and the Hearts added up 42-0 here at halftime. So, very efficient offense by the Hearts in that first half. Dustin's working on the numbers. We'll enjoy the Red Regiment and get ready to crown the homecoming king and queen. It's all on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Back at Klosterman Field at halftime, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. The Hearts have just been efficient. That's a word that keeps coming to mind about how well they played in that first half, and I think Dustin White's stats will bear that out.
Well, I think that you're going to find, Greg, that these are the statistics you might expect from a 42-0 game at halftime. The Hearts have outgained Mattoon 322-34 in the first half. Effingham 39 plays from scrimmage for 322 yards. Mattoon has run 30 plays for a grand total of 34 yards. The Hearts 17 first downs, 10 on the ground, 7 through the air. Mattoon moved the chains twice, both of those in the passing game. The Hearts ran the ball 24 times tonight so far for 171 yards. That's a 7.1 yard per carry average. 3 of the 6 Effingham touchdowns came on the ground. For Mattoon, they ran the ball 17 times and lost 38 yards. That's a loss of 2.2 yards per rushing attempt. Effingham, meanwhile, put the ball in the air 15 times in the first half. 10 of those passes were completed, none intercepted. 151 yards and 3 more scores. For Mattoon, 13 pass attempts, 5 of them completed, none intercepted, for 72 yards. So again, 322-34 is the Effingham advantage in total offense. Hearts punted 1 time in the first half. That was a 38-yarder. Mattoon punted 7 times, averaged 24.7 yards per punt. Kickoff returns, Effingham hasn't done it yet. Effingham hasn't returned a punt yet. Mattoon has returned 7 kickoffs for 101 total yards, and each team has turned the ball over once. The Hearts have fumbled twice, lost 1 of them. Mattoon has fumbled 3 times, lost 1 of them. The Hearts, here's a cool thing. They were not penalized in the first half. Mattoon, 2 penalties for 10 yards and time of possession. Effingham had it for 11 minutes and 18 seconds in the first half. Mattoon, 11 minutes and 42 seconds. And that time of possession number is not going to mean a whole lot of anything with the clock running in the second half. I'll do my best to keep up with it, but it's not going to be 100% accurate. As far as individual numbers go, Mattoon's running game, we mentioned, they're deep in the hole running the football. Abe Baker has lost 4 yards on his 8 carries. Ja'Kai Johnson, he's run the ball 3 times and actually has positive yardage at 2. And Jackson Spurgeon, the Mattoon quarterback, 6 rushing attempts, 36 yards lost, a couple of sacks in there. And then, of course, that grounding play where he had to eat some lost yardage before the penalty and the loss of down. So that's tough for his line. And as far as throwing the ball, Spurgeon, the sophomore, 5 out of 13 for 72 yards. 47 of those yards coming on one play to Caden Price. That was a nice little offensive play for Mattoon. That's pretty much been it for them. Caden Price, by the way, also did attempt one pass in a punt formation where he ended up throwing the ball. I'm not exactly sure if that was how they drew it up or if he just had to get rid of it because he was going to get hit. But at any rate, he's 0 for 1 throwing the ball, which I don't think I actually wrote down. So my statistics are off by 1 play. I apologize for that. We should mention that Blake Sapp had 4 receptions for Mattoon in that first half, 25 yards receiving for him. And as we mentioned, Caden Price had that 1 catch for 47 yards. I think I'm going to skip ahead here. We should mention Caden Price also had 5 kick returns for 98 yards. So you've mentioned it a few times. He's been their punter. He's been their kick returner most of the time. He's caught their biggest passing play of the half, but one guy a team does not make, and unfortunately he's been the only guy who's had a whole lot go his way tonight. As far as Effingham goes, Chase Woomer running the football, 134 yards on 16 carries and 3 touchdowns. That's a nice game that Chase had in the first half. And Nate Shackleford also 34 yards on his 7 carries. And Keegan Baker got in there and took a run for 3 yards there at the end of the first half. We're going to probably see Keegan get a little more action here after halftime. Shackleford 10 for 15 for 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was not picked off, which is a good sign. And he found 5 different receivers in that first half. Tristan Duncan, who can believe it? Tristan Duncan, the leading receiver at halftime, 92 yards on his 4 receptions, including a 42-yard touchdown catch. And he was one of 3 guys to catch a touchdown. Holden Lewis had 2 receptions for 18 yards, including an 8-yard touchdown catch. Jet Gillum's lone reception in the first half was a 14-yard touchdown. Cam Calbert had 2 catches for 14 yards, and Jacob Briggerman had a reception for 13 yards. So 5 different guys getting in on that action. Dawson Witten, he punted 1 time in that first half. It was a 38-yarder. And we should mention that Haven Prather had a fumble recovery for the Hearts defensively, and that was the lone takeaway for Effingham's defense. So again, stats pretty lopsided in Effingham's favor, and they have the 42-0 lead over Mattoon here at homecoming at Klosterman Field. Greg.
Nice job, Dustin, getting them done that quickly and then delivering them that well. Let's send it down to the field. Let's celebrate homecoming here at Effingham High School.
And having a lot of beautiful children.
Evan Weymouth is the son of Jeff and Jody Weymouth. He participates in football and baseball. In his free time, Evan enjoys sports, fishing, hunting, going to the lake, and hanging out with friends. His future plans include attending college and working in the medical field, and having a wife and kids. Freshman attendants, Courtney Beck and Evan Weymouth.
Ellen Nieberge is the daughter of Jason and Kim Nieberge. She participates in basketball, volleyball, FCA, and she is a freshman class officer. In her free time, Ella enjoys spending time with her friends and family. Her future plans include going to college, marrying her best friend, and having a family with a lot of dogs.
Evan Zhao is the son of Wynn and Nancy Zhao. He participates in soccer, EHS, Red Regiment, and student council. In his free time, Evan enjoys hanging out with friends, playing his saxophone, and playing soccer. And his future plans include going to college, becoming a doctor, and living life to the fullest.
Freshman attendants, Ellen Nieberge and Evan Zhao. Hannah Carroll is a daughter of Jennifer Wormhout and Aaron Carroll. Aaron cannot be with her this evening as he is battling colon cancer. Tonight, Anna is dressed in blue in representation of colon cancer awareness. Anna participates in Palms, Green Teams, Wind Ensemble, French Clubs, and the Jansen's dance team. In her spare time, she enjoys dance lessons, listening to music, gardening, painting, traveling, learning new things, and being with her friends. Anna's future plans include going to college to study astrobiology, traveling the world, and raising a happy and healthy family.
John Perry is the son of Greg and Leanne Perry. He participates in cross country, wrestling, baseball, student council, and French club. In his free time, John enjoys hiking, video games, sports, and hanging out with friends. His future plans include going to college and studying science and living a happy life traveling the world. Sophomore attendants, Anna Carroll and John Perry.
Eden Wendling is the daughter of Justin and Britt Wendling. She participates in tennis and math and Spanish club. She is also a member of the exclusively dance competition team. In her free time, Eden enjoys painting, wake surfing, boating, traveling, and hanging out with friends and family. Her future plans include attending a four-year college, finding a fulfilling career, and raising a happy family.
Ryan Smith is the son of Tyler and Summer Smith. He participates in baseball and FCA. In his free time, Ryan enjoys hanging with the boys. His future plans include getting into a good college, getting married, and starting a family.
Sophomore attendants, Eden Wendling and Ryan Smith. Ellie Weymouth is the daughter of Jeff and Jody Weymouth. She participates in swim team. In her free time, Ellie enjoys hanging out with her friends, playing with her dogs, and taking naps. Her future plans include going to college, becoming a veterinarian, and having 5 dogs.
Chase Wimmer is the son of Jason and Abra Wimmer. He participates in football, baseball, basketball, FCA, and math club. In his free time, Chase enjoys fishing, going to the Southtown McDonald's, and hanging with the boys. His future plans include going to law school, getting his degree, getting married, and becoming a rancher. Junior attendants, Ellie Weymouth and Chase Wimmer.
I'm going to look for Chase at the McDonald's next time I'm on the South End.
I didn't know you went to
Emmy
McDonald's.
Albert is the daughter of Shannon Bennett and Charlie and Shana Albert.
Right.
In her free time, she enjoys hanging out with her friends. Emmy's future plans include pursuing a career in dentistry, moving to Colorado, and eventually starting a family.
Bo Hefner is the son of Brett and Cammie Hefner. He participates in football, and in his free time, he enjoys hanging out with his friends. Bo's future plans include attending college and finding a job he enjoys.
Junior attendants, Emmy Albert and Bo Hefner. The first Queen candidate is Toby Albert. Toby is the daughter of Charlie Albert and Shana Bennett and Shana Albert. In her free time, Toby enjoys hanging out with her friends. Her future plans include going to the University of West Florida and pursuing a career in neonatal nursing.
The first King candidate is Haven Prather. Haven is the son of James Prather. He is involved in football, math club, and track. In his free time, Haven enjoys hanging with his best friends, causing a little ruckus, socializing a lot, and living life the best he can. His future plans include going to college and getting his degree in business, and when he's ready, having a happy family. King and Queen candidates Toby Albert and Haven Prather.
The next Queen candidate is Carson Bushew. Carson is the daughter of Jeff and Deanna Bushew and Tim Holman. She is involved in Student Council, National Honor Society, and is the senior class vice president. She is also a member of the CEO class of 2020. In her spare time, Nintendo DS, game nights with her best friends, cookouts with her family, Porto with her boyfriend Ty, and playing on the playground with her favorite Sacred Heart Clubhouse kids. Her future plans intend in college to become a speech pathologist, marrying her best friend who will make her laugh every day, building her dream house, and having 3 or 4 of the cutest kids ever.
The next King candidate is Nathan Shackleford. He is the son of Michael and Leanne Shackleford. He has been involved in football, baseball, track, and history club. In his spare time, Nathan enjoys watching the Dallas Cowboys embarrass themselves on national TV, listening to music, and beating Jet Gillum in Madden. His future plans include hopefully playing college football, earning a degree in education, marrying the love of his life, and staying happy and healthy.
King and Queen candidates Carson Bushew and Nathan Shackleford.
Probably written after last week's game.
The next Queen candidate is Kennedy Collier. Kennedy is the daughter of John and Carrie Collier. She's involved in golf, history club, math club, student council, National Honor Society, and youth group. In her free time, Kennedy enjoys golfing, running, hanging out with her best friend, and her boyfriend Colin. Her future plans include playing golf in college, pursuing a career as a veterinarian or pediatrician, marrying her best friend, and living a happy and adventurous life.
The next King candidate is Jet Gillum. Jet is the son of Justin and Sarah Gillum. He is involved in football, baseball, and track. In his free time, Jet enjoys hanging out with his friends, watching the New York Jets, and beating Nathan Shackleford in anything they compete in. His future plans include going to college, becoming a state police officer, and starting a family. King and Queen candidates Kennedy Collier and Jet Gillum.
The next Queen candidate is Madeline Stortson. Madeline is the daughter of Jay and Lisa Stortson and Charla Lake and Scott Lake. She is involved in Student Council, National Honor Society, Academic Hall of Fame, golf, and competitive basketball cheerleading. Madeline enjoys traveling and watching Netflix and spending time with her friends and family. Her future plans include graduating college, attending a 4-year university to major in marketing or fashion merchandising, and finally returning back to Effingham to marry her best friend and start a family.
The next King candidate is Eli Seymour. Eli is the son of Pam and Greg Seymour. He is involved in Math Club, History Club, Student Council, and the Effingham County CEO program. In his free time, Eli enjoys shopping, hanging out with friends and family, driving around, going to Homewood, and spending money on everything. His future plans include going to Lakeland College, then transferring to a 4-year university to major in business, marketing, or architectural engineering.
King and Queen candidates Madeline Stortson and Eli Seymour. The retiring homecoming queen is Kaylee Phillips. Kaylee is the daughter of Glenn and Jenny Phillips. She is currently in the pre-vet program at Lakeland College. She is hoping to transfer to a 4-year university to pursue a degree in veterinary medicine. She works at Walton Harmon Veterinary Clinic and her family's ice cream business, Toppins.
retiring homecoming king is Caleb Keeney. Caleb is the son of Jason and Renee Keeney. He is currently attending Lakeland College, majoring in pre-medicine and working at HSHS St. Anthony's Hospital. In 2 years, he plans to transfer to a university to finish his degree. He also plans on heading to Buffalo Wild Wings after the game tonight to celebrate another Effingham dub. Now for the moment you have all been waiting for. The 2019 homecoming king is Haven Prather.
And since Haven's on the football team, he's getting lots of hugs.
Homecoming queen is Madeline Stortson.
Oh, Maddie Stortson, the homecoming queen.
Congratulations to Haven and Madeline.
So there you are. That is your official coronation. I like Eli Seymour's suit. Got the Mason Ramsey thing going there.
Yeah, I was just noticing that. I will admit to checking out a few things on my phone while they were reading through those, but I looked up and saw would you call that a loud? You call that a loud suit. I think that loud is probably what he's going for.
Hank Snow is who it reminded me, or Mason Ramsey, or Porter Wagner. They all used to wear shiny suits like that.
I'm going to be honest with you, Greg. I don't know who any of those three people.
Hank Snow, I'm an everywhere man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's even from Canada.
Okay.
So we're talking international. All right, let me see what else I can do here, Rick. Because, Brian, I know you got all the scores, but I wanted to do the coronation. And so congratulations. And Haven Prather is the homecoming king, and Maddie Stortson is the homecoming queen. So they'll reign over the dance tomorrow night. We're about for the kickoff. I do want to give a shout-out, though, to St. Anthony and Teutopolis' junior high baseball teams. They got beat today in the quarterfinals. But, hey, folks, they made it to the state tournament. So congratulations. They both lost 4-3. Well, St. Anthony lost 4-3. T-Town lost 5-4. But great seasons for both those teams. And best of success to Altamont Lutheran. They play in their state tournament tomorrow morning. So go get them Rockets. We're ready for the second half kickoff. Brian, we'll all be listening for the scores. And an onside kick tried by Mattoon, and they might have recovered it.
Yeah, an Effingham player definitely touched it. And so they'll get the recovery as number 1 for Mattoon, Caden. Who else? Caden Price got in there and got his hands on it.
Next week we go to Taylorville to play the Tornadoes. And, Brian, I will ask you for one score really quickly. What's the latest on Mount Zion and Taylorville that you have?
Okay, this is Gail, by the way.
Hi, Gail.
That's okay.
I'm not psychic, so
yeah,
what do you have, kid?
understand that. At the half, 17-7 Mount Zion.
17-7 Mount Zion at halftime. Thank you very much, Gail. Yeah, good to have Gail on the team, and she's helping out run the ball game tonight. Mattoon snaps from the shotgun. The pass is complete, and they get it inside the 30. And Parker Wolf comes up and makes the stop, the catch again by Cam Canarum. And the line of scrimmage, I was busy trying to do three things. The line of scrimmage was the 34, so the gain is to the 26, so a gain of 8, and it's 2nd and 2. So that gets you up to snuff there. All right, so 2nd and 2. Mattoon with the ball at the Hearts 26 after they were successful on the onside kick, and that's number 10 that's been quarterbacking for Mattoon. I'm sorry, I had him down as number 19. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
He's number 10, not number 19, so that is the same lad who's been quarterbacking.
And meanwhile, he got snowed under by Austin Herbeth on that play there as he had no chance and takes it back just a touch beyond the original line of scrimmage.
So from the 26 to the 35, a loss of 9. And it's 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Spurgeon, there's the snap, looking to throw. Hearts have him on the run, and now he got away, and there's the throw. And it's knocked down, incomplete. Wow, Logan Brown is running better because he just about had a sack there. And ended up incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. So it's 4th and 11. And the football at the 35. 4th and 11 for the Wave at Effingham's 35-yard line. Just into the 3rd quarter. Effingham in front, 42-0.
And Mattoon trying to decide what they want to do. Looks like they're just going to go in an offensive set here.
So they're going to keep it since they're well into Effingham territory. The Hearts have Spurgeon on the run again. There's a pass. It is caught. And a gain good enough for a 1st down. Nice grab by Caden Price. He has it inside the 25-yard line. Coach Hefner wants a timeout right now. He's already halfway out to the huddle. He isn't liking what he's seeing. So let's take a quick 30-second break, Gail. And thanks for bearing with me. Back in 30, 9:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 42-0 Effingham here on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
We've got a whistle. The Mattoon snapped the football. Spurgeon, maybe they weren't ready to wind it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think maybe they snapped the ball before the officials had given them the go-ahead to do so.
And now they wind up the clock, and now we'll run that play. So just pretend that never happened, folks. Ball's at the 22, and it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw a Spurgeon. He's on the run again, gets the ball away, and it is knocked loose, incomplete. Nice job. I think it's Stoneburner again. He's been a busy lad tonight. Jacob hit the receiver just after the ball got there and knocked it loose. So the incomplete pass stops the clock for just a second.
Yeah.
And now it's still going.
Poor Cam Knierim took a shot there trying to catch that pass.
So the ball is like the 22 and a half. So officially the 22, and it's 2nd and 10.
I feel like it was closer to the 20 when they put it down last time.
There's the snap. Spurgeon rolling to the far side, tries to turn it up, and down he goes. Holy cow, he got hit. Hart's playing some really good football. Stoneburner, 2nd play in a row he's in on. So now it's at the 24. So they lost a couple of yards. So it's back to 24, so now it's 3rd down and 11. 7:45 to go in the 3rd, but again, we're under a continuous clock here in the 2nd half because the Hearts are up 42-0, and down goes Spurgeon. Holy cow. Back at about the 30. And a couple of Hearts are in the midst of that. And
along with Alex Bauman on the sack.
Bauman and Witten, 50 and 20 on the stop for the Hearts.
Yeah, really, Effingham's just overmatching them at the line. That's pretty much all there is to it. They're manhandling them in the trenches there and pushing them backwards and not giving them a chance to set anything up.
So now back to the 28, a loss of 4. Spurgeon from the shotgun, throwing to the end zone, got a man, overthrew him. Incomplete. Caden Price was the intended receiver. Who else? And that'll bring up 1st down for Effingham. That was 4th and about 15. Pass was overthrown. Ball will go to the Hearts on downs. 1st and 10 Effingham, should be at the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 Hearts at their 28. 6:35 to go in the 3rd at the moment. But again, we're under a continuous clock. The 2nd half isn't going to take very long to play. 17-7, it was Mount Zion in front of Taylorville. They are each 5-0, and the Hearts are 5-0 going into action tonight. And the Hearts have switched quarterbacks. I think Nate Thompson's out there quarterbacking now for the Hearts. There's the handoff. They run it up the gut, maybe a yard to Keegan Baker. Yeah, Nathan Thompson's quarterbacking now for the Hearts. You'll be seeing Nathan. He'll be a busy kid in basketball season, too. So it's still to 28, no gain. 2nd and 10. Keegan Baker out now. And they also brought out Jack Madison for the Hearts. He's wearing number 8. Thompson, the handoff, and nothing. Might have lost a yard. Trying to pick up these kids that are running now. There's Mr. Donsbach. He's been a busy guy this year. He's helped out a lot. Loss to the 27, Dustin. Loss of 1. So it's 3rd down.
No gain brings up 3rd and 10 from the 28.
So we're down to 5:18 to go. Hearts lead at 42-0. They scored 6 times in the first half, and so we knew we had a continuous clock for the second half. Thompson up under center. Handoff up the gut. That's Donsbach again, and good work by the line, and he got it out to the 30, maybe across the 30-yard line. Nope, Keegan Baker's back. Keegan Baker carried that time to the 31. So a gain of 4. Ball was back to the 27, a gain of 4 to the 31. So it's 4th down, and a Hearts will punt. So Dawson Witten gets to put a foot into one here, as it's 4th and about 7. There's the snap, good one. Takes his time. Ooh, Mattoon might have got a hand on that, and Mattoon falls on it at Effingham's 40-yard line. Boy, that was a spinner. Either he just got it on his toe or Mattoon did get a piece of it.
I think somebody got in there and got a piece of it. And it was 36 for Mattoon. Aiden Spurgeon who fell on it. So a very short punt, only 5 yards in fact, but again, somebody got a hand on that one.
So Mattoon gets it, 1st and 10, and it's at Effingham's 40. So it's 24-7. Scott Mosier just tells us that Mount Zion's gone ahead farther ahead of Taylorville. 24-7 now. So that's a battle of unbeatens. From the shotgun, Spurgeon throws, and it's caught. And he gets it inside the 35.
Dylan Burton was the intended receiver.
They're saying he didn't catch it.
Wow. Okay, incomplete. Noah Jones was in there, a little sophomore, 5'11", 145. Played tough, and that's what knocked the ball loose. So ball still at Effingham's 40. It's 2nd and 10. Continuous clock again, so we'll not be here too many more minutes. Spurgeon from the shotgun. Rolls to the far side. Hearts are after him. There's the pass. It is caught. And it's inside the 25-yard line. Caden Price, who else with a catch. And the completion is good to, I believe, the 25-yard line. So from the 40 to the 25, a 15-yard gain, and that's a 1st down for the Wave. They've not had many of those. 15-yard pass completion to Caden Price. So they're at Effingham's 25. Now he's rolling to the near side. Here come the Hearts. He gets the pass away, and it is out of bounds and incomplete. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Hearts scored 3 times in the first quarter and 3 times in the second quarter, and lead at 42-0 here with 2:20 to go now in the third quarter. We go to Taylorville next Friday night. That ought to be quite a clash. They'll be stinging if Mount Zion finishes them off.
I mean, they'll be up for that game one way or another, right? If they were to come back and win it, then obviously it's a game that carries huge importance in the conference. And if they don't win it, then they'll be coming off their first loss of the season, and they'll be ready to avenge that.
Looking to throw, Spurgeon got tripped up. Nice play. I want to give credit where credit's due. Gabe Keeney came up and made that tackle. We just saw Caleb. He was in the homecoming court.
Caleb's here tonight, but he's not on the field anymore. He probably wishes he could be, especially on a game like this one.
And Mattoon probably thinks he is. So a nice job as he knocks him back to the 33-yard line. So a loss of 8. So it's 3rd and 18. Spurgeon been a man on the run all night, the Mattoon quarterback. There's the snap. He's running, coming to the near side. Hearts are after him. He steps up, passes incomplete. Just about the time he went down. Credit to Bryce Eichmeyer, who got a piece of him about the time he let that ball go. Incomplete, and that'll make it 4th down, and we're under a minute to go. in the third quarter with his continuous clock.
Yeah, Eichelmeyer came around the left edge of the line just untouched and got Spurgeon on the run, rolling to his left. It's just kind of been the story of Jackson Spurgeon tonight.
It'll be 4th and 18 from the 33.
So they're going to go for it, obviously. This deep into Hearts territory. There's the snap. Here come the Hearts. There's Spurgeon. Pass dropped. And that'll be Hearts football. The intended receiver was Dylan Burton, and he tried to turn up field before he had it secured, and it's incomplete, and 1st and 10 Hearts. And that will likely be the last play of the third quarter. 3 in the books here at Effingham on homecoming night. It's Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. Here on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Ready to go to the fourth quarter. We're in their continuous clock because the Hearts are up 42-0 over Mattoon. Dustin and I were coming home from Jerseyville, and we looked at a car and then 2 cars and then 4 cars, and they had these funky license plates with Hearts footballs on them, and we both said, where'd those come from? So I found out.
Oh.
I checked with Coach Hefner, and he said that's a Football Moms fundraiser.
I see.
They're limited shelf life. I think it's sometime in November, I think, that you can display those. But anyway, that's what those are about. It's a fundraiser for the Football Moms. And Keegan Baker carries the first play of the fourth quarter here for the Hearts. And it's a gain. No, it's no gain.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't have a whole lot of room to go, so went from the 33 to the 33.
Have I mentioned Seth McMurray yet? I just did. Seth was in the game. So the Hearts at their own 33. Thompson the handoff, and ooh, ouch. Dunsbach got hit about the time he was tucking the ball in. It lost back to the 30.
Yeah, you're always, happy for some of these younger guys to get a chance to come out and play a little bit in a game like this, but then a lot of times they're still going up against the first-team defense that's looking to get a little aggression out after getting its butt kicked for 3 quarters, and that's sort of what Trevor Donsbach got right there.
Say hello to Dalton Fox. He's in the game. Saw him the other night out here. By the way, I didn't mention the freshman sophomore JV squad beat Charleston here Monday night 48-24. So a good win there. 10:49 left here. Again, we're under a continuous clock. There's Thompson's handoff to someone, probably Donsbach. And look at the pile move, everybody. Out across the 35-yard line. Nice work.
I think Keegan Baker was the guy moving that pile.
There he is. There's number 7. Gain to the 37. And that makes it 4th and 6. So there's 4 yards for Keegan. Trying to get as many names in as we can. It's 4th down. Hearts are going to kick it away. Ball's at the 37, so the Hearts are going to punt it away here. It's 4th and about 6. Good snap. Good punt. Holy cow, he got some foot on that one. About to the 25. Let's see about a return. He gets away. Now he doesn't get away. Ouch. Down he goes at the 25. Logan Arndt said, I haven't had a chance to have a lot of fun. He did the right there. Ball was down at the 28. 28. They couldn't get a winner in the 50-50. They're having to redraw. Larry Wilson went home early. Otherwise, he probably would have won. He's listening, so I know I can say that.
Larry's got everything he could ever want anyway. Somebody else should take that money.
I'm sure someone will. All right, so they finally set it down at the 26. We got it sorted out. 1st and 10 for Mattoon at their 26. We're down to 9:13 to go. Mr. Spurgeon rolling to the far side. There's the pass. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, incomplete passes do not stop the clock now. Timeouts and injuries. That's what stops the clock now.
And hopefully none of those last things.
You bet. You bet. 2nd and 10 now. Football's at the 26. Next week, Hearts go to Taylorville. The next week, they go to Mount Zion. So it gets, the ante gets upped these next 2 weeks. And then we're back home for senior night. Final game of the regular season. Hard to imagine we're talking about that already. Freeburg will be our guests. Not Freebird, Freeburg. No. Up. Somebody moved. Several people moved. In fact, we got 2 guys 15 yards down the field. So there's a procedure penalty. That's on Mattoon. That'll move it back 5 yards. Tell you what, the Hearts stayed with that guy who went downfield. Let's see. More changes. Who's heading out? Jonathan Zaruzin was in there. Tell Jonathan I mentioned him. Derek Lemna checks in for the Hearts. On the line. And we're down to 7:55 to go. We'll talk with Coach Hefner. Dustin will give all the stats. And Brian or Gail, or maybe both, will give us all the scores on the postgame show. They have a course, Gail's a good singer. Maybe they can work something out. Deep pass by Mattoon. He got behind the defender and he caught it.
Nope.
He did not caught it. Ground must have caused the ball to come loose. Man, he threw that a long way.
He sure did.
I thought he had it when he went down with it.
It was in his hands. I think that, going down to the turf must have caused it to squirt out before he had possession. But it was a pretty good throw, all things considered.
A lot of single numbers out there for the Hearts. Trevin Benavides is out there playing back in the secondary. Down to 7:05 to go. Trying to get you as many kids as I can that are out there. Damon Kalber is out there. So there you go. Got the brother connection now. From the gun, here's the pass by Mattoon, and it is caught at about the 35. And immediately, Benavides makes the stop. Blake Sapp, we haven't heard from him since the first half. I think with a name like that, we ought to get him more pub. Pass to the 35, so about 7-yard gain. That makes it 4th and 1. So 4th and 1. We're down to 6:24 to go. Again, continuous clock because the Hearts were up 42-0 at halftime. That's our current score. Hearts are going to go to 6-0, and they are in the playoffs. That always has a nice sound to it. 3rd year in a row. There's the snap. Oh, he's just going to keep. So Spurgeon tries to get the first down. It's very close.
It's a first down.
Move those chains, they say. First down for the Wave. Gain to the 37. Gain of 2.
Well, now Mattoon's got 3 first downs here in the second half, and Effingham doesn't have any.
We're down to 5:45 to go.
And it doesn't matter in the least.
No. Coach Hefner will have a chat with us afterwards. I don't know whether I'll ask him about Bo being in the homecoming court or not. He was a junior escort. All right, from the gun, Spurgeon rolling. Here come the Hearts again. Spurgeon on the run again. Down he goes again at about the 35.
Tristan Elkin coming around the left edge to get him. Tristan just kind of waited back a second, waited for all the blockers to engage, and then said, okay, I'm going to run untouched all the way to the sideline and drag you down.
And he did at the 35, so a loss of 2. And it's 2nd and 12. And we're down to 4:59 to go. Again, you can call a timeout, an injury, and the end of a quarter. Those are the things that stop a clock.
And Spurgeon's going to, is he just talking to the coach? I thought maybe he's going to come out of the game, and he is out of the game. So now Caden Price is going to take a snap here.
Well, this is the one thing he hasn't done. Price has done everything else. Now he's going to quarterback. Rolling to the near side. I thought he might punt. Instead, he's going to pass, and it's complete, and Mattoon has a first down into Effingham territory. So it was a situation where he had a myriad of options, and he decided to throw, and it's caught by Canarum. And the pass is complete to Effingham's 47-yard line. That's a gain of 18 yards. So that'll affect your stats
First down at the Effingham 48-yard line.
in a positive way for Mattoon. 48-yard line, really close to the 47. First and 10 for Mattoon, and we're down to 3:57 to go. Another snap, and this time he runs it. And it's a good run, and he's into Effingham territory near the 30-yard line by the time that they take down Caden Price. So he's just running at will here. From the 48, again, they'll set it down at the 32, give him 16. He's worked hard tonight. First and 10, we're down to 3:30 to go. Mattoon's going to go to 1-5. They will be 1-3 in the conference, I believe. Their one win was against Charleston. From the shotgun, it's past Caden Smith. Back to midfield. He picks it up, and the Hearts are after him, and that's real close to a clip, wasn't it? As the Hearts were back to try and sack him, and a kid came running in and shoved the Effingham player down. But must have had an angle on him. It's back to midfield by the time the play stops, so a loss of 18 yards. Benavides on the stop at midfield. So it's second and 28. That's a lot.
It is. It's not what you want. I don't know. I don't really have anything interesting to say at this point.
I'm just trying to let you know what happened out there.
So here's the snap, and Caden Price is going to throw, and it's caught at about the 45, again to about the 41-yard line. And the reception made by Cam Canarum.
Yep.
And it's complete to the, excuse me, gosh, someday I'll get over this, to the 42, a gain of 8. So it's now 3rd and 20, and we're under 2 minutes to go in this one. Again, the Hearts in front 42-0. They've been in front 42-0 since the first half. We've had 0 scoring in the second half with this continuous clock.
Caden Price, 2 for 3 passing it. Remember, he threw one on a kind of a busted punt attempt earlier on in the game, but as a quarterback, he is perfect 2 for 2.
I had mentioned Sean Cochran's out there for the Hearts. Another pass across the middle, incomplete, and almost picked. The Hearts had a chance at it. Peyton Simmons got a hand on it. Came up empty.
Yeah, that one was deflected up in the air in the middle of the field, and Simmons coming over trying to. He got a hand on it, but not able to corral it. That's frustrating for him, I'm sure, getting out there and wanting to get a takeaway here.
Without a doubt. Trying to make sure I'm mentioning everybody who's in or has been in the game. Down to 59 seconds left, friends. Hearts lead at 42-0, and they're going to be 6-0 when this clock elapses. Caden Smith, one more throw. No, he's going to tuck it in. No, he is going to throw. He's got a man down there. It is caught and dropped.
There, Peyton Simmons got in there and broke that baby up. That was very close to being a catch, and Simmons came in there and cleaned him up.
Nice work by Peyton Simmons. Big round of applause for him. You hear the cowbells clanging out there. And the Hearts won't have to run another play is the other reason they're happy, because the Hearts are now 6-0. They are in the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. And congratulations to the Effingham Hearts. 6-0 on the season. Heading next week to begin probably the toughest 2 weeks of the season. Headed to Taylorville next Friday night, and then Mount Zion. Again, Mount Zion in front of Taylorville. They are matched against each other tonight. Let's take a break. We're going to have all kinds of scoring and scores and stats, and we'll visit with Coach and scores from Gail and Brian. It's all on the way on the postgame show in a minute. Final score again, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing, here on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
This is the Lustig Custom Cabinets postgame show. Handcrafted cabinetry built right here at Effingham.
And again, thanks to Jim Zumballen and the gang at Lustig's for sponsoring the postgame show. Final score here at Klosterman Field, a happy homecoming as Effingham gets the win over Mattoon 42-0. It was a continuous clock second half, so that's why we are done quickly. That also means that maybe Gail and Brian won't have all the finals in that we'd like, because we're getting done quicker than those other teams will. So keep that in mind as we go through scores here in a minute. Let's recap the scoring on this one. The Hearts scored with 7 minutes left in the first quarter at the end of a 9-play, 51-yard drive. Took 3:29 to complete. It was highlighted by a nice 14-yard pass from Nathan Shackleford to Jet Gillum. The kick was good, and the Hearts had a 7-0 lead. That's after they had stopped Mattoon, forced a 3-and-out. The Hearts came back to score. Effingham scored then less than 2 minutes later with 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Got the ball at Mattoon's 42, and Nathan Shackleford took care of the rest as he threw a 42-yard touchdown pass to Tristan Duncan. Took 6 seconds, 6-second scoring drive, and the kick was good, and the Hearts had a 14-0 lead. Effingham scored again with 5 seconds left in the first quarter at the end of a 4-play, 36-yard drive. You're hearing good field position all night. 4 plays, 36 yards, took 23 seconds, and was highlighted by Chase Woomer's 8-yard touchdown run. The kick was good, and the Hearts were up 21-0. They scored again with 8:16 to go in the second quarter. That was their most determined drive of the night. 5 plays, 87 yards. Took a minute 30 off the clock, highlighted by Woomer's 12-yard touchdown run. Chase Woomer scored from 12 yards out. The kick was good, and the Hearts had it up 28-0 with 8:16 to go in the second. They scored again with 6:03 to go in the second. They got the ball at Mattoon's 16-yard line. 4 plays later, took a minute 22. That was an odd possession. Took a minute 22 to run 16 yards. All those other big drives didn't take that long. Anyway, Chase Woomer scored from 5 yards out. The kick was good, and the Hearts had a 35-0 lead. Final score came with 42 seconds left in the first half. That was when the Hearts got the ball at Mattoon's 20. 6 plays, 20 yards, minute 10. That was capped by Holden Lewis's nice 8-yard touchdown reception in the corner of the end zone. The kick was good. Yvonne Angel and Bo Hefner were 6 for 6 on extra point tries. That is something that should not be minimized, because that can decide a game, a close game down the stretch. And they were 6 for 6 on their extra points to go ahead and post the win by a score of 42-0. So the Hearts are 6-0, and they are in the playoffs. Coach Hefner's visiting with other media types. Dustin's working on stats. We are still gathering scores. Let's send it back to the studios for more information here. Back with the post-game show in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
All right, we're back at Klosterman Field. Final score tonight, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. Hearts go to 6-0 on the season. Dustin has an acre of stats, especially on one team's side of the ledger. Let's send it over to him for the numbers.
Well, for Effingham, you know the numbers not a whole lot different at the end of the game than they were at the end of the first half, as the Hearts only ran 6 plays there in the second half before the running clock took care of things. But the Hearts again outgained Mattoon 329 to 84 tonight. Effingham 45 plays for 329 yards. Mattoon 55 plays for a total of 84 yards. The Hearts 17 first downs. They didn't have any in the second half. 17 first downs, 10 on the ground, 7 through the air. Mattoon, 7 of them. They had 2 rushing first downs, and they passed for 5 more. Effingham 178 rushing yards tonight on 30 attempts. That's a 5.9 yard average, 3 touchdowns. Green Wave ran the ball 25 times and lost 64 yards. So they averaged 2.6 yards lost per rushing attempt. Effingham, again, didn't run any passing plays in the second half, so 15 of those for the game. 10 completed, none intercepted for 151 yards and 3 more touchdowns. Mattoon ended up throwing the ball for the game 30 times, 11 of those completed, none intercepted, 148 yards. And so, again, that adds up to 45 plays for Effingham, 329 yards. Mattoon, 55 plays for a grand total of 84 yards. It's less than 2 yards per play run for Mattoon. It's not even, in fact, it's not even close to 2 yards. It's just a dominant effort by this Effingham defense. And then, of course, offensively, they made lots of big plays, too. Just a big win. As far as turnovers go, again, there were no interceptions. Effingham lost a couple of fumbles as they had one get away in the first half, and then that opening kickoff, the onside kick, they lost that to start the second half. Mattoon put the ball on the ground 4 times tonight and did lose one of those fumbles. Penalties, Effingham never did receive one. They played this game clean. No penalties against the Hearts. Mattoon penalized just 3 times for 15 yards. And again, I won't even bother with the time of possession because really it was so screwy in the second half that it doesn't really make any difference or mean anything of any importance. So we'll skip right ahead to the individual numbers for Mattoon. Ja'Kai Johnson. Let's start with him in the running game because he gained 2 yards on 3 carries. And you say, Dustin, why are you telling me about Ja'Kai Johnson gaining 2 yards on 3 carries to start with? And that's because that was the best night that anybody had running the football for Mattoon. Abe Baker lost 4 yards on 8 carries. Caden Price ended up losing 3 yards on a couple of carries. He had a 15-yarder. Then he had a snap get away from him and ended up losing 18 on the very next play or the play after. And then Jackson Spurgeon, who was the quarterback for most of the night for Mattoon, 59 yards lost on 12 plays where the ball was in his hand. He's probably not going to want to think about much more after this. He threw the ball okay, 9 of 25 for 122 yards and no interceptions. So Spurgeon didn't do too bad of a job throwing the football tonight. He was just under constant pressure. I mean, honestly, completing 9 passes with the kind of pressure he faced in the backfield, probably an accomplishment. And then Caden Price took over the quarterbacking duties there down the stretch. He was 2 of 5 for 26 yards. Price caught 3 passes tonight for 75 yards. He's the leading receiver, I think, probably for Mattoon, definitely. And Blake Sapp, he was their leading receiver in terms of number of receptions. He caught 5 passes for 39 yards. Cam Knierim, 2 receptions for 16 yards. And then Keegan Kurtz caught a pass for 18 yards there toward the end of the game. Speaking of Caden Price, let's mention that he punted the ball 6 times for 150 yards. That's a 26-yard average. And then he had 5 kick returns for 98 yards. So we joked about it a little bit tonight, but really a kid that was all over the place, running all over, doing a lot of hard work for Mattoon in a losing effort. Cam Knierim also had 1 punt return for a single yard. All right. That does it for the Mattoon numbers. Let's switch gears to Effingham now. And Chase Wimmer, his numbers are the same now as they were at halftime. 134 yards on 16 carries and 3 touchdowns for Chase. So a nice, backing up the best running game of his career. He comes back with another triple-digit effort, gets in the end zone 3 more times in a half a play. And so nice for him. Nate Shackleford, 34 yards on 7 carries. And then as the Hearts salted this game away, Keegan Baker gained 14 yards on 5 carries, and Trevor Donsbach took a couple of runs. He lost 4. Nate Shackleford, 15 pass attempts, completed 10 of them tonight. So 10 of 15 for 151 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nathan Thompson took some snaps there in the second half in the fourth quarter and never did attempt to pass, as you might expect. 5 different Effingham receivers caught the ball tonight. Tristan Duncan, 4 receptions for 92 yards, including a 42-yard touchdown catch. Holden Lewis, 2 receptions for 18 yards. That included an 8-yard touchdown reception. And Jet Gillum caught 1 pass. It was a 14-yarder, and that was good for a score as well. So there's your 3 touchdown scorers in the receiving game. And then Cam Calber, 2 catches for 14 yards. Jacob Brigham, he had 1 reception. That was a 13-yard catch. Dawson Witten, he punted 3 times tonight, averaged 28.3 yards per kick. And Haven Prather had a fumble recovery, fell on it, so no return yardage on that fumble recovery. Effingham didn't have to return a kick all night long. Mattoon never did get a chance to kick off as they took the ball first in the that's not true. That's not true. Mattoon did kick off once because it was the onside kick. So I forgot to write that one down, and quite honestly, it really just doesn't matter. But there were no kick returns, and I said that, and that is accurate. Nobody returned a kick for Effingham. Nobody returned a punt, and there were no interceptions in the game. So I think I have run through everything I've got. Greg, most important numbers are these: 42-0. That's the big one, and 6-0 would be the other pertinent number to throw out there after this game.
Without a doubt, Hearts are in the playoffs. 3rd straight season. Congratulations to Coach Hefner and the boys on a job well done. Been watching the photo taking down there. They had all the kids that are seniors and then all the kids who were in the homecoming court. It was interesting to watch the homecoming coronation ceremony because there were a lot of holes because the kids were in the locker room or they were loosening up for the second half. So a lot of parents were out there taking bows, and they didn't have any kids to walk out there with. But that's what happens when you have a football program that's highly successful. Now, I have the tackle sheet, and let's see what we can tell you about this. Wow, Coach is on his way up. Austin Herbeth, we talked about him. He had 3 sacks. He had a forced fumble, and he had 4 tackles for a total of 13 yards lost. That's a pretty good night.
That's okay.
Usually let you come back when you do that. Also tonight for Effingham, Alex Bachman had 5 tackles, and 4 of those were solos, and that's for a total of 2 yards lost. Also tonight, Gunnar Franklin had a tackle. Chase Woomer had a tackle. Also on the sheet, Jake Stoneburner had 5 tackles. Is that Logan Brown or is it Jacob Logan? 33, that is. He had 3 tackles. Logan Arndt had 2 stops. Haven Prather, the homecoming king, had 2 tackles. Dawson Witten, 2 tackles and had a sack. Also for Effingham, Mason Hasty had a tackle. Also for Effingham, let's see, Luke Spencer had a tackle. Also for the Hearts tonight, Gabe Keeney had a tackle and a sack. Also, Parker Wolf had a tackle, and Damon Calber had a tackle. And Trevin Benavides had 2 tackles. And also for Effingham, as the numbers get smaller, it was a tackle tonight for Derek Lemna. A stop also for Tristan Elkin. Tackle tonight for Peyton Simmons. That was a nice one. Tackle for Bryce Eichmeyer. A tackle for Zach Slifer. And a tackle for Sean Cochran, old number 30. One of my favorite numbers. So those are the tackles. That gets us through that. Coach, I'm sure, has 813 people to talk with. Now he's running, so he must be on his way. I think he's on his way over to talk to one more person. Then he'll be up. Funny how success causes this to happen. That lots of people want to talk to you. So we will remind you again one more time that we'll be in Taylorville next Friday night to play the Tornadoes, and it appears they're going to lose to Mount Zion tonight. So that will leave Mount Zion and Effingham undefeated, and Taylorville at 5-1. So Hearts definitely, Dustin, are going to have to take care of business.
Yeah, that's going to set up. We've talked about it quite a few times, but next 2 weeks they're both huge games, and you can't overlook the Taylorville game, obviously. You got to win that one to get to this epic battle with Mount Zion, which, could probably most likely be for the Apollo Championship. But Taylorville is going to be it's a tough place to go play, and it's always a well-coached program. So that'll be a big game, and we have vamped long enough for Coach Hefner to make his way up here. So I'm going to turn over the headset.
It's all right. The more we win, the more people want to talk to Brad Hefner, but that's okay. He's worth the wait. He's worth the wait.
Problem to have. I don't know if I'm worth the wait or not, but it's a good problem to have.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Proud of them. A lot of positives tonight. Probably the biggest positives for me were Big 76 back out there playing, and 23 back out there playing, and Stetson had a full week of practice. Matter of fact, got a good report yesterday. Things are healing. So, but 0 snap issues tonight because they had all week to practice. So, like the focus of our kids. And we got a lot of weapons. We don't turn the ball over. We got a lot of people we got to defend, and defensively we run pretty well, and just happy. It was after last week. It was good to get refocused and back to this one. And you look at the beginning of the schedule, and you're going, okay, man, it'd be fun if you can get to Taylorville, Mount Zion with undefeated and going, and all of a sudden, bang, here you are. So it's like I told the kids, now's the fun part. They've earned it. We just talked about being smart tonight, being smart tomorrow, and having a good homecoming and enjoying it for the right reasons. And hopefully they do that because got a lot on the line, and they've worked too hard from January to get to this point.
No penalties. I hadn't realized that till after the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that either. But you can throw that in there too. So
taking care of business.
That no turnovers, and we're rolling. So, but no, I thought it was pretty good all the way around. Nice effort by our kids.
Obviously, 2 huge games these next 2 weeks, but the win tonight gives you 6 wins. You're into the playoffs 3 years in a row. That's pretty nice.
No, it is. Now the key is, and it's great to get that one done and over and know. Okay, you do have a Week 10 game. Now it becomes, can you win a conference championship and get a home game like that? Now you start to get greedy, and this is fun. This is why you do what you do. It's why starting in January you come in 3 days a week at 6 in the morning and do all those things to put yourself in this position, and probably unless you're a parent of a kid in the program, nobody probably has any idea the time and effort and work that these kids put in, and the commitment they have to it, and all you want is for it to pay off for them. You want, and now we're at that payoff point where here you go, you're 6-0. You got 2 road games against the other two top teams, and see where you shake out.
I had the tackle sheet. I think at least 15 different guys had a tackle tonight. Yeah. That's a good sign.
It is. We talk about it. A lot of, like any other sport, a lot of it's you get a lot of matchup deals, and we're not big. We don't. 2 years ago we were totally different. We had Frank and Noah and Matthew, big bodies, and we're not big up front, but those kids can run, and we don't have really anybody defensively that can't run, and that's a big part of it. And we can run and get to the ball, and usually when we get there, we got a lot of guys that get there with a bad attitude, and that's a good thing.
We've talked about Tristan all season, the success that he's had, the talent that he has. But I know that made you feel good that Holden Lewis caught that touchdown.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we talk about it. We talk about it all the time. We got guys. We got guys that can make plays. I mean, it's just, but until people start doubling 11 and taking him away and think, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he got single covered again tonight. And, and he made plays. But, yeah, it's good to see other guys. And we have those guys that can do that, and it's good that they get the opportunity in a game, because there's going to come a time where people are going to try and do things and take those guys away, and so it's good to see those other guys have success. But yeah, we got a lot of guys that can make plays.
Logan Brown is back, and you talked about that. Played defense tonight. Hopefully, be back on offense next week. But man, the job Chase Woomer's done another night.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Everybody, now and Kendall was blessed speed-wise. But it was very similar going for Kendall last year, too, because Kendall hadn't played any running back. And it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get, and that's what's happening with Chase. The more you learn how to finish runs, you learn the timing of it. You learn it just like anything else. It takes reps. And he hadn't played tailback growing up. I mean, with that group, Jacob Logan did.
Yeah.
And so, but we made a decision for Jacob to play defense and for Chase to be more offense, and he's doing a nice job. And I'm sure he was happy to see Big 76 back in there.
Yeah, Ethan, he takes up some space, doesn't
he? I tell you what, I was happy he was able to play tonight because that young man is an unbelievable young man, but he's a heck of a football player, and we need him. And, yeah, he was, we'll look at the film, but when everybody's back in their normal spots, there's just a comfort level. And I think with everybody, and I was happy for him because he's worked so hard. And for him to get out there and play tonight was big.
So it looks like Mount Zion's going to beat Taylorville. So Taylorville first, then Mount Zion. So what do you do to approach those, since it looks like it's going to be the team that loses that the Hearts are going to get first?
Us and Taylorville such a rivalry, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. They could be 0-6 and it wouldn't matter.
Well, I figure they'll be mad.
So they may be. But I think our guys are a little upset last year, some things that happened here in that game, and that they probably won't forget, and the coach won't let them forget. And I'm sure we'll go over there ready to play.
I have no doubt of that. It's 3 years in a row in the playoffs with vastly different groups of kids. That says a lot about your program.
Yeah, and it says a lot about the kids. I mean, we've been fortunate. I've told anybody that listen, we've been very fortunate in player development. And player development takes on a lot of different meanings. And our players have done a lot to change their bodies, number one. Number two, the other big thing, Coach Max had a big part of it when he took over the freshmen, in that they do verbatim what we do from the standpoint. And defensively is where it's paying off now, because lower level defensively can be tough, because our defense has a lot of checks and a lot of, and he said, I don't care. He said, if that's what they're going to do, they're going to do. And it's paying off for kids like Jacob Logan and Stoneburn and those guys, because they had to do it as freshmen and then had to do it as sophomores. And so player development, identifying, we've been fortunate when we've identified players as defensive first guys or offensive first guys, it's worked out. And because of that, we've been able to develop depth, and there aren't many 4A teams that will start 22 different kids. And it's been a big part of ours. So now when you do get somebody that goes down, you're not losing 2 starters, you're only losing 1. And that's been a big part of it, too.
And speaking of Coach Mack, nice honor recognizing him for making the Hall of Fame.
It was great to get to do it in front of a home football game, and very, very deserving, happy for him.
You bet. And nice touch. You brought these things in, staff appreciation. That's so cool, because a lot of these folks work really hard and don't get much recognition.
I tell you what, we get a lot of support within the building. Our teachers and staff members, the cooks and custodians do a great job, and just taking care of our kids, making sure everything's clean, making sure, academically, just, and I to appreciate them on a great weather night, home night, when you're fighting to go 6-0, when you're all those things. It all came together real well tonight, and it's like we told them afterwards, that the challenge now is to not let tonight be the best night.
Yeah, exactly so. Happy homecoming.
Hey, thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Brett. You bet. Brett Hefner, nice of him to come up and join us here on the post-game show again. The Hearts go to 6-0 on the season with a 42-0 win over the Mattoon Green Wave on the way to Taylorville next Friday night. Let's send it back to the studio, see what Gail and Brian have come up with in the way of scores.
All right, looks like Salem over Charleston. That's a final, 28-14. In overtime, a very exciting game. Newton went in for, what'd you say, a two-point conversion? Two-point conversion, and that's what they needed. So they beat Robinson by 1 point. Newton 15, Robinson 14. Olney Richland County over Flora 33-14. A final for Central A&M 55 over Shelbyville 13. Those are the finals that we have. And we're waiting on a couple other ones. Mount Zion, Taylorville, is that a final? And late in the fourth quarter, 31-7, Mount Zion. So that's looking good for us, playing Taylorville next week. And late in the fourth quarter, Eli Seymour trailing Lincoln 13-6.
Very good. Thanks, Gail.
You're welcome.
That's the pride of Jewett there. Thanks, Gail, for the updates, and Brian, good team working back there. Again, the final here, 42-0. Hearts winners 6-0 in the playoffs, and you can't hardly divorce the two things, but the fact that the Hearts are in the playoffs, that's a great thing. The fact they're going to Taylorville and Mount Zion these next 2 weeks, that's another thing that hopefully will be a great thing.
Well, and the thing is that then they start to overlap, because if you do the things that you're capable of doing, and that's not to say that I think that they, are. I'm not saying that they will win those games. I'm just saying that they can. They're good enough to. And so if you do the things that you can do in these last 3 weeks of the season, then it sets up. It comes back around to this playoff situation, and going into the playoffs with a good record, getting a favorable matchup in the first round, getting to play on your home field in the first round. So, there's a ton left to play for. There's so much. We're six games in, 2/3 of the way through the regular season, but there's so much left, that can happen. So many different twists and turns this thing can take. And so every one of these last 3 games is of monumental importance, and we just got to hope that Effingham can fire on all cylinders in those games. And like Coach said, with Taylorville coming up and a nice little rivalry between the two schools, I don't think anyone's going to show up not ready to play. So that's going to be a fun one for a lot of different reasons.
Highly motivated, indeed. And Coach said it well. This is getting to the fun part of the season now. And we'll have that for you from Taylorville next Friday night. Kickoff at 7 o'clock as the Tornadoes play host to the Hearts. Again, it looks like Mount Zion's going to beat Taylorville tonight, so the Hearts and Mount Zion will each be 6-0, and Taylorville will be 5-1, and it ought to be interesting. So we'll see you there tomorrow night, or next Friday night. Hopefully we'll see you there next Friday night. And that's not nearly all that we have as far as high school sports broadcasts. A reminder that we will be covering the National Trail Conference Baseball Tournament, and first round action was today, in fact, as Brownstown St. Elmo played CHBC, and you got 2 teams there. Well, Brownstown St. Elmo's got 10 or 11 wins, and they're the 8th seed. So it's some season for that conference.
Yeah, they had to do the play-in today, so quarterfinals will be Monday, semifinals Wednesday, and the championship in third place Friday night, weather permitting, of course.
Indeed.
They're probably just thinking, finally, we get 1 week of our fall season where it's not in the 90s.
Yeah. That's the truth. We will be doing each of those semifinal games on Wednesday. We'll have a game on each station. Both of them start at 4 o'clock. So we'll see what happens Monday before we tell you where we'll be, because the higher seed hosts on Wednesday. So we could be several places, one of several places on Wednesday. So we'll have each of those games 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and then the finals of the tournament are Friday. That'll be played at Paul Smith Field at Community Park. Third place game at 4 o'clock, championship game at 7 o'clock. And Matt and Mike Wilson will have both of those Friday games for you on KJ Country at 102.3, while Dustin and I are in Taylorville taking care of some football.
And you don't want to even attempt to speculate what the matchups might be on Friday, because there's a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of permutations. That NTC is it's balanced. There's a couple of teams that have risen to the top of the regular season standings, but anybody could pull it off.
Absolutely.
So, and you play 3 games in 5 days, pitching becomes interesting, if you have to labor through one of those games you didn't think. There's so many ways, so many twists and turns it could take. I'm interested to see how it turns out.
You bet. North Clay's top seed, but it is, you could put them all in a hat. It's going to be some week of baseball, so keep that in mind. Again, the final here tonight, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. Hearts are in the playoffs. It's guaranteed that 6 wins, and they are still undefeated in the conference, and it'd be nice to get a conference championship this year. So, next week, Dustin and I will be in Taylorville, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Hear that right here on your home for Hearts football, 97.9 XFM and 97.9XFM.com. Didn't give the Cardinal score.
Yeah, I've been waiting all night to tell everybody about how that one turned out.
Go ahead and give it.
Well, they lost to the Braves 3-0. Evens the series 1 apiece, so they're going to play again Sunday at 3, I believe. Moving over to St. Louis, 3:10 start Sunday in St. Louis. That division series tied, and then over in the other National League Series, the Nationals have got a 3-0 lead on the Dodgers early on. Clayton Kershaw, you know the old Clayton Kershaw can't get it done in the postseason narrative. It's unfortunately alive and well. So, see how that one turns out. But yeah, I had to sit out in my Jeep until I was almost late getting up to the press box, listening to the last pitch. But, I got to hear old Mike Shannon and John Rooney call the last out, and a little disappointment in their voices, and then I get up here to do the football game.
So that's a win apiece. American League, the Yankees were ahead last I knew in their series.
Yeah, they're up 7-4 in game 1 against the Twins. That's in the bottom of the 7th, and they're threatening to do a little more. And then the Astros beat the Rays 6-2 earlier this afternoon. That was the other American League game 1. So today was a fun day, 4 games going on, and this game got over with so quick, we'll be able to get home and see the last half of that Nationals-Dodgers game.
Very good. That's Dustin White. Thanks to his good work, as always. Thanks to C.J. Schmidt, the man behind the camera. Thanks again to Brian Dust and to Gail Warner for their good work back at the studios. And I'm Greg Sapp. Again, your final, Effingham 42, Mattoon nothing. See you in Taylorville next Friday night on 97.9 XFM. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Premier Broadcasting Incorporated.